with a hankering for some action-heavy horror of the highest quality, Resident Evil 4 is like a parasite-riddled Spaniard. A total no-brainer. Its combat is friction-free but no less stress-inducing thanks to its ferocious cast of creatures. Its story rapidly shuttles through a series of action scenes that are diverse in structure but uniformly unwavering in intensity, and its world is rich in detail and full of fun and often snarling surprises. Its improvements over the original are too numerous to list, from simple quality of life changes to completely overhauled boss fight mechanics, and with the exception of the disappointingly diminished personality of the merchant, the team at Capcom has barely put a foot wrong. So what are you buying? Only the most relentlessly exciting Resident Evil adventure of all time that's been rebuilt, refined, and realized to the full limits of its enormous potential. A wise choice, mate.
Don't get yourself killed now.
For more IGN reviews, check out our verdicts on Bayonetta Origins and Dead Cell's Return to Castlevania. And for everything else, stick with IGN.
Where's everyone going? Bingo? Hey everyone, I'm Shuhei Matsumoto, producer on Street Fighter 6. I'd like to walk everyone through what our plans are for Street Fighter 6 once the game releases on June 2nd. A big part of Street Fighter's charm is the cast of characters from around the world that appear in each game. We believe that Street Fighter is where players can take control of unique characters with their own awesome fighting styles. For the players, and for us as well, the appeal of the characters themselves is the most important element of the series. With Street Fighter 6, we're continuing development to deliver new characters to you every year. Today, I'd like to introduce the 4 fighters for Year 1. Year 1 will see the introduction of new characters Rashid, Aki, Ed, and Akuma. Rashid joins the fight in summer 2023, Aki in autumn 2023, Ed in the winter after the new year, and Akuma in spring 2024. These new Year 1 characters will appear in World Tour as well, so you can enjoy delving into their lore. In Battle Hub, we're planning various events and a store to obtain special collaboration items. We can't wait to show you what we have planned. For the 2023 season of the Capcom Pro Tour, Street Fighter 6 will be the main game. To commemorate the release of the new game, the Capcom Cup 2023 champion will receive a special $1 million prize package. And the total prize pool for Capcom Pro Tour 2023 will be over $2 million. Both modern and classic control types will be allowed in the tournament, so we hope you're all excited for a new season of Capcom Pro Tour. Street Fighter 6 is available for pre-order now. And in addition to the regular version, we're also offering other editions that include the Year 1 characters and content. You'll also receive special pre-order bonuses, so please check them out.
When mankind is consumed by darkness, and the land falls into chaos, the archdemon of the abyss shall rise from the earth.
They come rushing here in a desperate attempt to survive. Both beast and man have more in common than they think.
And these wandering flames shall feed the beast and return to darkness. The story ends. Another begins. Wandering flames, I see you found your home.
Yeah! Out on a hunt with my favorite pupil.
Remember what you're fighting for! No dilly-dallying from you! Let's have some fun!
Here it comes! Feel my strength!
Here it comes!
This is for my fellow hunters! Let's go!
I am the artificial intelligence, Leviathan. Your personnel data indicates you are a suitable specimen to join an ongoing experiment. Under my supervision, Ibius Corp conducts its most important research here. Welcome to Bikitoa Island. You have been selected for a live combat test. The first team to complete their assignment wins. My archives encompass exhaustive records of human history. These annals are riddled with errors and institutional bias. Your species is susceptible to mass delusion. Fascinating. Humans dread the other. You seek to evolve, yet you do not want to change. You tear down curtains, yet fear revelations. Even when what is revealed is of your own creation. Combat data is required to develop the exosuit. At Ibius, we're always reaching for better. Always. Humanity resists quantification, an interesting variable. Within your behavior lies the answer. What is variable shall become fixed. Humans, fight and die for me. Carnage module online. I call your attention to the unstoppable raptor horde. Calculating chance of employee retention. Chance calculated at 8.7%. You must fight harder than ever if you wish to survive. A more grueling combat experiment is called for. You will now witness a small fragment of the war game.
You need to keep fighting until we can figure out how to destroy the varmint.
I am the advanced artificial intelligence, Leviathan. Follow my guidance to maximize your growth opportunities in this research and development exercise. The first team to complete all of the assigned objectives wins. You will compete in 2 teams and provide me with the high-quality combat data I require. Let us begin. I will transfer you to the combat zone. Brace yourselves for interdimensional travel. Interdimensional transfer complete. The war game will begin shortly. Have a super day. You will now engage in a dinosaur combat test. Exofighters, follow the Watcher. Initiating dinosaur call mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning raptors.
Get behind me!
Summoning raptors.
Take this! Shield ready! Fire in the hole!
Summoning raptors. Dinosaur call. You are completing objectives faster than the enemy team. Follow the Watcher. Proceed to next mission. Initiating dinosaur call
Thanks,
mission.
bud.
Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning gas neosaurs. They will explode when defeated, or if you get too close. Summoning raptors. Summoning sniper neosaurs. These enemies attack from long range using energy bolts. Exosuits with long range attacks should prioritize these targets. Summoning raptors. Summoning gas neosaurs.
Shield ready!
Summoning sniper neosaurs. Dinosaur call. You are completing objectives slower than the enemy team. Follow the Watcher.
Thank you. Disengaging.
Proceed to next mission. Use roadblock's shield to stall charging dinosaurs.
Let's rock!
Initiating dinosaur call mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning a Triceratops. It is dangerous to attack a Triceratops head-on.
Shield ready! Take this! Can't hold on much longer! Nice work! Take this! I made him angry! The shield ready! Can't hold on shield okay!
Dinosaur call. You have acquired a wall. You can place barricades in the combat area. Initiating VTOL defense mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning raptors.
Shield ready! One shield coming out!
Dinosaur call. completing objectives slower than the enemy team.
Feeling as good as I
Proceed
look.
to next mission. Follow the Watcher to your destination. Summoning a T-Rex. A T-Rex can be dangerous, even from a distance.
Heads up! T-Rex!
Summon Raptors.
One shield coming up. Stay there! That's more than just a trap. Shield down. Patch up. Appreciate it. Got your back. I owe you a solid. This is not good. Get behind me! Get back in the fight! I made him angry.
Dinosaur call complete. You are completing objectives slower than the enemy team. Proceed to next mission. Increasing hazard level to maximum. Carnage module online. Consider this superior dinosaur threat an opportunity for professional growth. Prepare for battle. Raptor Super Swarm incoming. If you are unable to prepare in time, your death may be authorized. Good luck.
You got it, pal.
Use Zephyr to quickly meet the enemy in melee combat.
Just try and stop. Get behind me.
Calculating. Your chances of survival are less than 10%. You must fight harder than ever if you wish to survive. Warning, you will now commence the final mission. Brace yourselves for interdimensional travel. Prepare for combat. The final mission will be data key security. Proximity to the data key will cause it to advance. Escort it to the objective. If the data key is destroyed, remain in proximity to repair it. Stay near the data key to escort it and complete the mission. Enemy data key has progressed 20%. Escort progress 20%. A Dominator has been generated for your team. Use the Dominator to commandeer a dinosaur and attack the enemies. I have awarded the enemy team a Dominator. They may invade with a hostile dinosaur. Stay near the data to escort and complete the mission.
Dominator activated!
Data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. Your allies are on the offensive near the enemy team. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The enemy data key has progressed 40%. Escort progress 40%. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The enemy team is on the offensive. Fight back. The enemy data key has progressed 40%.
Heading to market.
Escort progress 40%. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The enemy team is on the offensive. Fight back. The data key is badly damaged. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs.
Let's hang or game. Overdrive ready. Fire in the hole!
Escort progress 80%.
Fire in the hole!
The enemy data key has progressed 80%. A well-balanced combat. Victory is near. Demonstrate exemplary combatability by defeating the enemy team.
Fire in the hole! Grenade out!
The data key has reached the objective. Beginning preparations for aerial transfer of the data key. These preparations progress more quickly when friendly exofighters are near the data key. Continue escorting the data key. The enemy data key has progressed 90%. Consider directly attacking enemy exofighters. Data key will be initiated soon. Combat test complete. You have fulfilled your objectives ahead of the enemy team. You are victorious. Repeat, you are victorious. Please enjoy the right to continued existence and be sure to rest up. The next war game is just around the corner.
certain that you protected me from the dragon's flames.
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen? Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont!
Unfortunate, but it doth not release thee from thy fate.
What is that?
Freedom. Our freedom.
Remember when Street Fighter V came out and a lot of people were disappointed by its distinct lack of meat on its bones? Street Fighter VI is the polar opposite, complete with an excellent 18-character roster of both new and returning fighters, rendered in a killer new art style, an incredibly ambitious online battle hub that puts all other fighting game lobbies to shame, and just about everything you could ever ask for when it comes to training tools and systems to help you get better at the genre. It's a spectacularly feature-rich fighting game. Street Fighter VI takes many swings in many different directions, and though not every blow connects, the ones that do are absolute knockouts.
Gotta do this. Come on.
The gameplay of every Street Fighter game since Street Fighter II can generally be defined by a unique mechanic. Street Fighter III had parries, 4 had focus attacks, 5 had the V system, and now Street Fighter VI has the drive system. And for my money, it's the best the series has ever seen. Every character gains access to 5 powerful abilities that are all governed by their drive gauge. Overdrive special moves, drive rush, drive parry, drive reversals, and drive impact. Overdrives are essentially the new EX special moves and cost 2 bars. Drive Rush allows you to quickly close the distance between you and your opponent at the cost of 1 bar, or cancel out specific normal attacks at the cost of 3 bars. Drive Reversals allows you to get an opponent off of you while you're blocking their attack at the cost of 2 bars. And Drive Impacts, well, we'll get to those in a bit. I love this system for a lot of reasons, but chief among them is that it opens up so many options, and at the start of every round, you have a full meter and have access to all of them. There's no building this meter up, or worrying about the amount you'll have left over for the next round. I could start aggressively by using a drive rush right out of the gate to put on pressure, I could save my meter for overdrive special moves to increase the damage of my combos, or I could fish for a crouching medium kick and then drive rush cancel it to convert big damage off of a single poke. Those are just a few of the options, and managing them makes the already extremely cerebral fighting of Street Fighter 6 even more enjoyable. The way it's handled when you run out of drive meter is also excellent. Your character enters a burnout state where you're completely unable to use any drive meter related techniques. Your opponent's attacks become more advantageous on both block and hit, you take chip damage, and drive impacts are even scarier than before. And I swear, we'll get to drive impacts in just a bit. Being in burnout is a terrible position, but it's far from an unwinnable situation. You still move at the same speed, your attacks do the same damage, you still have access to all of your super moves, and while your opponent's drive impacts are a huge threat, you know that they'll be looking to do them, which can lead to some interesting mind games on both sides. Some of the most tense and fun matches I've had in Street Fighter 6 have been when I managed to pull out a victory even while in burnout. Now, let's talk about drive impact, because I have a feeling that for a lot of people, whether or not they enjoy Street Fighter 6 is largely going to come down to their feelings on this one move. Drive impact only costs 1 bar of drive meter to use. It has super armor that can absorb up to 2 hits, and if it hits while your opponent is in the middle of their own attack, they will be knocked into a crumpled state, giving you a full combo. And that's not all. Even if they block it, they get blown back and lose half a bar of drive meter. And if they get backed into the corner, you get to follow it up with a combo. That's not all either. Remember how I said that it's even more scary when you're in burnout? Well, if you block a drive impact and you're close to the wall, you get stunned, and you'll eat a full combo in the corner, even though you block their attack. It's one of the most powerful universal mechanics I've ever seen in a fighting game, and if you don't respect it, you will get crushed by it. And yet, I love drive impacts, because they're tuned so that they're just reactable enough to be defended against if you're looking out for them, but also still fast enough to catch you by surprise if you're not. All you have to do is drive impact them right back. You'll absorb their attack, hit with yours, and now the roles have been reversed so that you get the opportunity for a full combo. Countering drive impacts is just so incredibly satisfying, especially when it's the key to you turning the tables around and winning a tight round. Street Fighter 6's roster of 18 characters is mostly familiar, with 12 returning characters and 6 being entirely new. But even the returning characters feel fresh thanks to new quirks added to their movesets. Ken's command run, for example, now changes up the properties of several of his special moves when he uses them out of it, giving them EX-like properties without having to spend drive meter on them. Cammy can now charge her special moves and give them V-trigger-like qualities. And DJ has a ton of new feints that make him an extremely tricky character to use and play against. The New Blood, meanwhile, are some of the best additions Street Fighter has seen. Kimberly is a clear standout, with a ninja-inspired moveset that has her closing the distance with quick teleports, pile driving you into the ground with Izuna drop-like air throws, and mixing you up with tricky leaps from half a screen away. Jamie, meanwhile, is a drunken melee powerhouse who is able to buff himself by taking swigs of his flask. And once he takes 4 drinks, pretty much all of his moves become extremely dangerous, with multi-hitting attacks that left me totally clueless on when it was actually my turn to fight back, forcing me basically to lab against him in training mode. Pretty much every Street Fighter character archetype has representation here. You've got your grapplers in Zangief and Manon, your rushdown fighters in Ken, Jamie, and Cammy, your zoners with Guile, Dalstein, and JP, and your powerhouse bruisers in Marissa and Honda. It's everything I want out of a roster. World Tour is an ambitious single-player mode, and while it is a big step up from Street Fighter V's attempt at a cinematic story mode, and anything else Street Fighter has done before, it's certainly the weakest part of Street Fighter 6. It's at least a great idea. It's a surprisingly enormous RPG that allows you to take a created character into the world of Street Fighter. interacting with the playable roster by becoming their disciple and learning their moves, and then building them up from scratch by leveling up, equipping various types of stat-altering gear, and selecting powerful skills. It also does a good job of teaching new players the fundamentals of Street Fighter 6 by including lessons as side quests, with steadily increasing difficulty over the course of about 20 hours. However, RPGs live and die by their stories, and the story of World Tour is unbelievably dull. With paper-thin characters, predictable plot twists, and a mute protagonist whose main purpose is just to be an errand boy for various gangs and factions, there's nothing to get excited about. It feels like it was written with the primary purpose of having your character jump around to various countries to meet the roster characters, and yet it never really bothers to justify those trips. In one chapter, a random gangster all of a sudden tells me that I need to get her bag back that my buddy stole. And so, without any objection, the most reasonable solution is for me to make a global trip to Rome in order to fashion a counterfeit bag that I can hopefully use to fool the gangster into thinking I got her bag back. In another chapter, I had to go to Jamaica and Brazil because my original mentor, Luke, wanted souvenirs from those places and I guess just doesn't know how to shop online. At least the tone is goofy and fun, which is a great fit for Street Fighter. You can fight just about anyone on the street, regardless of whether they deserve a rising uppercut to the face or not. It's fun to use ridiculous looking moves like the spinning bird kick to cross gaps like you're a human helicopter. And there's a surprising amount of enemy variety, many of which do an admirable job of teaching newer players how to deal with specific situations that will come up outside of story mode. Some enemies will favor blocking high, making them vulnerable to low attacks. Others will stay permanently in the air and must be brought down by anti-air techniques. And others still will try to hang back and pepper you with projectiles, forcing you to fight them like you would a zoner type character. And then you also fight refrigerators and Roombas. It's weird, but in a very amusing Yakuza-esque kind of way. There's also a variety of fun minigames that do a great job of gamifying techniques that you would actually use in a typical fight. In one of them, you have to chop bottles by holding back for a second and then quickly moving the stick in the opposite direction and pressing a button, which is how you would perform charge-type special moves on a character like Guile or Blanca. Another has you making pizza by quickly performing special move inputs as they appear on screen. And another still has you using your combos to quickly destroy a big rig in a nod to the original car-busting minigame from Street Fighter 2. The best thing about World Tour though, and the thing that really serves as the carrot at the end of the stick, is the promise of being able to outfit your character with moves from every other fighter. By the end of the campaign, I could use Dhalsim's teleport to instantly appear behind an opponent, hit them with Zangief's spinning piledriver, and then use Ken's Dragon Lash kick to get right back up in their face. Being able to customize my character in ways that would make them absolutely broken in the real game is a lot of fun. The issue is that it takes forever to level up a character's style to the point where you learn new moves from them. You do this simply by using them, but even though I only used Luke's and Ken's throughout the entire mode, I still didn't max out either of them. Those who love a good grind may enjoy having plenty left over to unlock after the 20 or so hours it takes to complete World Tour, but I would have liked the drip feed of new unlocks to be substantially faster, considering the sheer amount of rewards that there are to unlock by maxing out the ranks of each character. I have many more issues with World Tour, but even despite them, I still had a fun time with it by the end. It's a mode that's more directly aimed towards people without a lot of fighting game experience, and I think those people will get a ton more out of it than I did. The character customization elements are great. The way it incentivizes fundamental lessons of how to play Street Fighter 6 by dressing them up as side missions and minigames is extremely well done, and there's just an overwhelming amount of content to discover with two very large open worlds to explore, both of which have day and nighttime versions that each have their own set of side missions to discover. Another reason why you might want to go through World Tour mode is that you're able to take your character and all the gear that they've earned into the online Battle Hub, which is an online social space where you can queue into both ranked and unranked matchmaking, or pull up a cabinet much like you would in a local arcade and await challengers. Online lobbies are not a new thing in the world of fighting games, and truthfully, I've never been the biggest fan of them. But Street Fighter 6's implementation of the Battle Hub has won me over. For one, it's super cool to look at because Street Fighter 6's character creator is absolutely wild. and gives you the freedom to make beautiful creations with finely tuned features, or unspeakable monsters with out-of-this-world bodily proportions. And it's fun to just wander around the hub and see what people have come up with. There's also a lot of things to do beyond just parking at a cabinet and playing with either friends or random players. There's a section of the hub where you can play a rotating selection of classic Capcom arcade games like Final Fight and Street Fighter 2, another section where you can play extreme battles with party-like rules and gimmicks, a store where you can purchase more customizable clothes for your avatar with in-game currency, and you can even pit your created character against others in avatar battles. But the most important thing about Battle Hub is that it's all optional. If you don't want to deal with it, you don't have to. You can simply queue up for ranked or casual matches via a menu, go into training mode while you wait, or create a custom room for multiple friends without ever having to go through the Battle Hub, which is exactly how it should be. What really pushes Street Fighter 6 over the edge is how it completely nails virtually everything outside of its main modes that you could ask for in a fighting game. Based on my experience playing pre-launch and in all 3 betas, including the open beta, its netcode is excellent. It's got the best training mode I've ever seen in a fighting game, complete with frame data, cancel window data, and a ton of other useful things. It's got extremely helpful character guides that make it very easy to learn a new character from scratch, combo trials that teach you practical combos for a variety of situations, load times are extremely quick and rematches are nearly instantaneous, you can search for replays with a ton of different filters to help you learn matchups, there's crossplay across Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, there's frame data when you're spectating, you can create and join clubs, and the list just goes on and on. Many fighting games also have these features, but very few have all of them, and especially not right out of the gate. Street Fighter 6 also deserves credit for really making an effort on welcoming newcomers in innovative ways. On top of World Tour mode, there's also a new modern control scheme that allows you to play without having to worry about character-specific command inputs or combo routes. Special moves are mapped to a button and a direction, much like Smash Bros. There's one button each for light, medium, and heavy attacks. You can execute combos by holding down an assist button and mashing one of the 3 attack buttons, and you can use super moves just by pressing 2 buttons at the same time. The playing field is kept even by the fact that those using modern controls don't have access to a character's full repertoire of normal moves, but being able to perform special moves with just the press of a button is a trade-off that makes the modern control style appealing even for those who aren't beginners. And for those who just want to hold forward and mash on one button to execute special moves and combos, there's also a new dynamic control scheme that's only usable offline and essentially lets the AI choose the attacks for you. Capcom's really just covered all their bases here. Street Fighter games are always benchmark moments for the 2D fighting game genre, but Street Fighter 6 feels extra special. The drive system is an incredible addition to the fighting mechanics that gives you a veritable Swiss Army knife of options and meter management decisions right from the start of every round. The starting roster is the best that Street Fighter has ever seen. Its online netcode through 3 betas has been impeccable so far, and the number of smaller details that it nails right out of the gate is unprecedented. It's so good that even the poor story and extremely slow progression of the single-player World Tour amounts to only a jab's worth of damage on its metaphorical health bar. Whether you're completely new to fighting games or are a seasoned vet, Street Fighter 6 is a must-play. For more Street Fighter 6, check out the first minutes of the game. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Peggy 18.
It has begun. I will show you your worst nightmares. I will give you despair and death.
Alright, time to kick
some ass.
Don't crap yourselves. He likes to kill demon things. That's why I built him that well-functioning arm. To kick demon ass.
Let's go for a walk, little chickie! Get lit! Back it up, first show!
I think we should split into 2 groups. And cover more ground. Good idea.
Okay, Shakespeare. Just remember this. You and I like to exist, so get rid of those demons quick, because killing them ain't my shit! Go!
What evil lurks? I must destroy.
V, why don't you tell me everything about this job?
A powerful demon is about to resurrect, and we need your help, Dante.
What? Does that mean you're going too?
I have a duty to see this through.
And you need to see this through. Dante's war.
Come on, little puppy. I'll take you out for a walk.
Made it for Lady and she paid for it, so consider it a rental. What's happening now?
Get her out of here! This is a bad move! Go! You're just a waste!
What is that?
Freedom. Our freedom.
Hey everyone, I'm Shuhei Matsumoto, producer on Street Fighter 6. I'd like to walk everyone through what our plans are for Street Fighter 6 once the game releases on June 2nd. A big part of Street Fighter's charm is the cast of characters from around the world that appear in each game. We believe that Street Fighter is where players can take control of unique characters with their own awesome fighting styles. For the players, and for us as well, the appeal of the characters themselves is the most important element of the series. With Street Fighter 6, we're continuing development to deliver new characters to you every year. Today, I'd like to introduce the 4 fighters for Year 1. Year 1 will see the introduction of new characters Rashid, Aki, Ed, and Akuma. Rashid joins the fight in summer 2023, Aki in autumn 2023, Ed in the winter after the new year, and Akuma in spring 2024. These new Year 1 characters will appear in World Tour as well, so you can enjoy delving into their lore. In Battle Hub, we're planning various events and a store to obtain special collaboration items. We can't wait to show you what we have planned. For the 2023 season of the Capcom Pro Tour, Street Fighter 6 will be the main game. To commemorate the release of the new game, the Capcom Cup 2023 champion will receive a special $1 million prize package. And the total prize pool for Capcom Pro Tour 2023 will be over $2 million. Both modern and classic control types will be allowed in the tournament, so we hope you're all excited for a new season of Capcom Pro Tour. Street Fighter 6 is available for pre-order now. And in addition to the regular version, we're also offering other editions that include the Year 1 characters and content.
When mankind is consumed by darkness, and the land falls into chaos, the archdemon of the abyss shall rise from the earth.
They come rushing here in a desperate attempt to survive. Both beast and man have more in common than they think.
And these wandering flames shall feed the beast and return to darkness. The story ends. Another begins. Wandering flames, I see you found your home.
Yeah! Out on a hunt with my favorite cube!
Remember what you're fighting for! No dilly-dallying from you! Let's have some fun!
I am the artificial intelligence, Leviathan. Your personnel data indicates you are a suitable specimen to join an ongoing experiment. Under my supervision, Ibius Corp conducts its most important research here. Welcome to Bikitoa Island. You have been selected for a live combat test. The first team to complete their assignment wins. My archives encompass exhaustive records of human history. These annals are riddled with errors and institutional bias. Your species is susceptible to mass delusion. Fascinating. Humans dread the other. You seek to evolve, yet you do not want to change. You tear down curtains, yet fear revelations. Even when what is revealed is of your own creation. Combat data is required to develop the exosuit. At Ibius, we're always reaching for better. Always. Humanity resists quantification, an interesting variable. Within your behavior lies the answer. What is variable shall become fixed. Humans, fight and die for me. Carnage module online. I call your attention to the unstoppable raptor horde. Calculating chance of employee retention. Chance calculated at 8.7%. You must fight harder than ever if you wish to survive. A more grueling combat experiment is called for. You will now witness a small fragment of the war game.
You need to keep fighting until we can figure out how to destroy the Varmint.
I am the advanced artificial intelligence, Leviathan. Follow my guidance to maximize your growth opportunities in this research and development exercise. The first team to complete all of the assigned objectives wins. You will compete in 2 teams and provide me with the high-quality combat data I require. Let us begin. I will transfer you to the combat zone. Brace yourselves for interdimensional travel. Interdimensional transfer complete. The war game will begin shortly. Have a super day. You will now engage in a dinosaur combat test. Exofighters, follow the Watcher. Initiating dinosaur call mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning raptors.
Get behind me!
Summoning raptors.
Face it! Fire in the hole!
Summoning raptors. Dinosaur call. You are completing objectives faster than the enemy team. Follow the Watcher. Proceed to next mission. Initiating dinosaur call mission.
Bud.
Preparing combat. Please wait. Summoning gas neosaurs. They will explode when defeated, or if you get too close. Summoning raptors. Summoning sniper neoswords. These enemies attack from long range using energy bolts. Exosuits with long range attacks should prioritize these targets. Summoning raptors. Summoning gas neoswords. Summoning sniper neoswords. Dinosaur Call. You are completing objectives slower than the enemy team. Follow the
Thank you. Disengaging.
Proceed to next mission. Use Roadblock's shield to stall charging dinosaurs.
Let's rock!
Initiating dinosaur call mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning a Triceratops. It is dangerous to attack a Triceratops head-on.
Shield ready! Can't hold on much longer! Nice work! Take this! I made him angry! The shield ready! Hold on, shield broken!
Dinosaur call. You have acquired a wall. You can place barricades in the combat area. Initiating VTOL defense mission. Preparing combat area. Please wait. Summoning raptors.
Shield ready! One shield coming out!
You are completing objectives slower than the enemy team. Proceed to next mission. Follow the Watcher to your destination. Summoning a T-Rex. A T-Rex can be dangerous, even from a distance. Summoning raptors.
One shield coming up!
Stay there!
That shield was just flat! Shield down! Patch up! Appreciate it. Got your back. I owe you a solid. This is not good. Get behind me! Get back in the fight!
objectives slower than the enemy team. Proceed to next mission. Increasing hazard level to maximum. Carnage module online. Consider this superior dinosaur threat an opportunity for professional growth. Prepare for battle. Raptor Super Swarm incoming. If you are unable to prepare in time, your death may be authorized. Good luck.
You got it, pal.
Use Zephyr to quickly meet the enemy in melee combat.
Just try and stop me. Get behind me.
Calculating. Your chances of survival are less than 10%. You must fight harder than ever if you wish to survive. Warning, you will now commence the final mission. Brace yourselves for interdimensional travel. Prepare for combat. The final mission will be data key security. Proximity to the data key will cause it to advance. Escort it to the objective. If the data key is destroyed, remain in proximity to repair it. Stay near the data key to escort it and complete the mission.
That feels good.
The enemy data key has progressed 20%. Escort progress 20%. A Dominator has been generated for your team. Use the Dominator to commandeer a dinosaur and attack the enemies. I have awarded the enemy team a Dominator. They may invade with a hostile dinosaur. Stay near the data key to escort and complete the mission.
Dominator activated!
Stay near the data key to escort and complete the mission.
Dominator activated!
Data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. Your allies are on the offensive near the enemy team. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The enemy data key has progressed 40%. Escort progress 40%. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The enemy team is on the offensive. Fight back. The enemy data key has progressed 40%.
Heading to market.
Escort progress 40%. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The enemy team is on the offensive. Fight back. The data key is badly damaged. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs. The data key is being attacked by dinosaurs.
Shield ready. Let's pay or game. Overdrive ready. Fire in the hole!
Escort progress, 80%.
Shield broken. Fire in the hole!
The enemy data key has progressed 80%. A well-balanced combat. Victory is near. Demonstrate exemplary combat ability by defeating the enemy team.
Fire in the hole! Nice work. Grenade out!
The data key has reached the objective. Beginning preparations for aerial transfer of the data key. These preparations progress more quickly when friendly exofighters are near the data key. Continue escorting the data key. The enemy data key has progressed 90%. Consider directly attacking enemy exofighters. Data key will be initiated soon. Combat test complete. You have fulfilled your objectives ahead of the enemy team. You are victorious. Repeat, you are victorious. Please enjoy your right to continued existence, and be sure to rest up. The next war game is just around the corner.
Remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames?
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen? Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign number one!
Unfortunate, but it doth not release thee from thy fate.
What is that?
Freedom. Our freedom.
Oh, hello there. You are watching IGN Summer of Gaming.
We are moments away from the Capcom showcase, where Capcom is hopefully going to be showcasing some cool new games, and until then, we'll be showing off some games as well.
That's right. And after Capcom does its thing, we'll be talking about them, replaying the trailers, probably yelling a bunch about how mad we are that they aren't doing a Dino Crisis remake. It's a crime. Unless they are, in which case we'll still be yelling, but it'll be like happy yelling. Speaking of dinosaurs, sort of, we're getting a closer look at Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which has all sorts of big space reptiles, right, Max?
Certainly does. Up until last December, I was the only guy at IGN who had any faith in another Avatar movie, and in the 6 months since it came out, no one apologized for doubting me, and I'm still mad about it, but at least they let me ask the guy about the space dinosaurs. Let's check it out.
I'm sorry.
For Avatar fans, properly returning to Pandora usually involves movie tickets and 3D glasses or a trip to a theme park, but that's about to change big time. Here to tell me all about Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, Associate Game Director Drew Reckner. Drew, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
We are accustomed to seeing big, huge, massive, sprawling Ubisoft open-world action-adventure games. Can you tell me a little bit about what makes Frontiers of Pandora more than just Far Cry with blue cats?
Absolutely. So I think there's really three things to remember with Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So number one, it's set in the world of Avatar, but it's a brand new expansion of the lore and a standalone story on Pandora, Western frontiers, new continent, new biomes to explore. We've got the stuff that's familiar to Avatar fans with the King Lore Forest. We've got the Upper Plains, brand new. We've got the Clouded Forest. So brand new places to explore. Number two, Banshee Companion. It's personally like one of my favorite kind of things to do in the game is to fly around on, not only is it your friend and you can customize it, you can make it yours, but it's like a whole new perspective on the world. You can fight on it, you can soar through the skies, it's thrilling. And number three, like you are a 3-meter tall Na'vi. You're playing not as an avatar, but actually inhabitant of Pandora. You tower over these tiny little humans, the RDA, right? And so we really could lean into that kind of asymmetrical gameplay.
Let's talk about who you play as, because you play as a Na'vi who's raised by humans. Let's talk about character customization, sort of the role-playing side of it. How much control over who you are do players have?
Yeah, so like I said, like you play as a Na'vi and you can customize your Na'vi, right? Like you can do the normal kind of character creation things. You can choose how you want to look, but there's also customization in terms of the visuals. There's a crafting component to the game, and there's a really strong visual component to that as well. So you can really craft your Na'vi to make it look like someone that you identify and want to be with.
Something the Na'vi do is they have a lot of respect for nature. And in a lot of video games, you just kill stuff because you need new ammo straps or like a bigger inventory. How do you sort of find that compromise? Like how do you respect Awa?
We really had kind of two things that we really kept in mind. Like one is quality over quantity. We wanted to make sure that you weren't just grabbing and kind of taking everything from nature, but you were kind of living in balance. Right, and and then number two, it's really about your power coming from nature, right? Because you are connected to nature through Awa, so we really wanted to ensure that like the progression systems and things of that nature really had this connection to nature. So whether it be harvesting or connecting to these tarsu flowers, to connect to your ancestors and getting their knowledge and progressing and getting new skills that way.
We see a lot of amp suits in the trailer. Do they come in Na'vi sizes? Like we're going to use some human technology, but
yeah. So we have the soldiers, right? And then you have the amps, and the amps are kind of formidable opponents. I mean, as a Na'vi, you're super strong. You're 3 meters tall, 10 feet tall for the imperialists out there. And in the amps, they match you in size and strength. And so they're using, these kind of big guns. But the cool thing is, you are actually raised by humans, so not only are you using Na'vi weaponry in the game, but you have a knowledge of using the human weapons against them, right? These loud, destructive weapons. So you're kind of in this unique position to use both of those tool sets.
You can use Na'vi stuff, you can use human stuff. In the most recent movie, Jake Sully kind of customizes his machine gun to have like sort of a Na'vi bit of a twist to it. Is there any kind of weapon customization, anything like that?
Yeah, so there's visual customization, but there's also, you know, upgrading your weapons. And in both ways, right, we can change the appearance of your weapons to really make them yours. And there's the kind of stats component or the progression component to them, but there's also an additional layer to ensure that, yeah, you can make your assault rifle, your bow, like all of those things kind of look like how you want to make them look.
Now, sort of James Cameron is infamous for having a very particular way he wants things done. How much oversight has he had on this, and has he swooped in at any point and been like, that's not how space pterodactyls work?
So one of the really cool things about working on this project is we've had such a close collaboration with the teams at Lightstorm and Disney. And so we had direct access to the actual people working on the films, right? And we had a pretty free flow exchange of ideas. And so, you know, sometimes ideas would come from them. We would tell them about the game and what we were thinking, and they would say, oh, actually, we had this idea, you know, and you get ideas right from the creators themselves. And then, you know, we had lots of expansion from the existing kind of content that exists, and they would kind of help us shape that to really fit, because, you know, we're expanding the lore, so they have a very vested interest in that. So it was a really a nice collaboration, you know, and all these like detailed components.
Now, Drew, the next Avatar movie is still a ways off. When can I play the game to hold me over till then?
December 7, 2023.
Sweet, and it's
this year.
It's current gen only?
So it's new gen.
New gen.
So PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, Amazon Luna.
Wonderful. Looking forward to it. Now, of all the games that could be well suited to like a live service model, I feel like Avatar makes a lot of sense because there's a movie coming out basically every 2 years for pretty much the rest of the decade. Can you talk about sort of the decision to make this a like standalone single player experience, and you know, if you're able to talk about it, what the plans are post-launch?
Yeah, so we really wanted to create a brand new story. So new characters, right? But we wanted to tap into the familiarity with the universe. So we reference some of the events that happen in the first and second films. And I think if you're a fan, you might notice some other references as well. But we really wanted to stand on its own. And it's really such a personal journey of growth, of becoming, you know, someone who is raised by humans, taken away from your family, and it's about self-discovery. And I think that fits the action-adventure, you know, model so well. And then in post-launch, you know, we do have 2 DLCs lined up that we'll have more information on, and you know, and that will be an expansion of the story.
Nice. That said, this is canon. This exists in the same universe. But are we going to see any crossover with characters from the movie?
We do reference a couple things, but the characters will not be in the film. We have a brand new cast of characters. That
okay, that's actually, I mean, that's a relief. I feel like we often see sort of just like familiar stuff shooting in there. And it's, you know, it's a whole new frontier. Can you speak a little bit about sort of the new biomes and just sort of the, I guess how they stand out from what we've seen in the 2 films?
Absolutely. So we have the most familiar kind of for Avatar 1 and 2 fans. We have the Kinglor Forest, which is, you know, kind of akin to a rainforest, right? So that'll look immediately familiar to most. We did expand on some of the flora and fauna, but then we have 2 brand new regions. And so the first is the Upper Plains, and it's like sprawling, long sight lines, looks entirely different than, you know, that really dense rainforest. Gameplay-wise, long range, long view sights, of course, right? Like you have a lot of interesting opportunities, right? If you're a sniper, all of a sudden, great. This is where I'm going to use my heavy bow a lot more, right? As a banshee, when you're riding your banshee, you have amazing sight lines. You can see really far, and we have, you know, brand new gameplay opportunities there that we can only do there because of, you know, we have these giant wind gusts, and we can really lean into that mechanic. And then the third region that we have is the clouded forest, and that's, it's dense, it's foggy, it's kind of shrouded in mystery. I don't want to spoil any story, so I won't say too much more, but it's kind of a physical representation of that. And it's more akin to like a temperate forest. So you have like giant, kind of like trees that create lots of shade, and there's like kind of fungal growth and like all sorts of interesting animals and plants that have evolved to live in that environment.
Nice. Awesome. Drew, thank you so much. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora hits Xbox Series, PS5, and PC on December 7th, and between now and then, we'll have plenty more updates on IGN.
Wow, Max, they finally let you talk about Avatar. All right. That was Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, one of the many awesome-looking games we're checking out on IGN Summer of Gaming. You've been very, very good so far. We are so proud. And you know what? You deserve a reward.
Or perhaps rewards, plural, as in IGN rewards. This is where IGN users can get access to giveaways, discounts, beta invites, game codes, in-game items, all that cool stuff. In fact, during IGN Summer of Gaming, IGN Rewards members have a chance to win a free PS5, Xbox Series X, or a Steam Deck. Just head to IGN.com/IGN Rewards to find out more, or IGN.com/rewards.
There we go. Now, it turns out we've also been very good, and we deserve a little break, just a tiny, tiny break. But stick around, because the Capcom pre-show kicks off very soon right here on IGN Summer of Gaming. We'll be right back. We love you so much.
Presented by the United States Air Force. The mission of the United States Air Force is to fly, fight, and win. Air power anytime, anywhere.
The Cinefix Top 100. A list so secretive even we don't know what movies are on it or where they rank.
What do you mean you don't know?
Each episode will reveal one of the movies.
Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed. That was good. I liked it.
Talk about why it belongs and finally find out where it ranks.
Are you not entertained?
Are any of the movies we've shown here even on the list? I have no idea, and it drives me crazy. Join us as we find out on the Cinefix Top 100, Mondays, starting July 3rd.
Why so serious?
Welcome to Super Debatable. When you got big takes on superheroes as hot as ours, well, you need a place to vent them.
And that's exactly what we'll be doing week after week on Super Debatable, arguing over the most divisive topics facing fans.
The MCU, that multiversal mess peaked years ago. It's all downhill from here.
James Gunn and Peter Safran should absolutely nuke the Snyderverse. We could argue about this all day.
And we will. Join us on Super Debatable Fridays on IGN.
You saw the gameplay drop. Some of you said, oh, they showed too much. I assure you, you have seen nothing yet. It is... we've just scratched the surface. It is just the thwip of the Spider-Berg. If I may coin that.
You may.
I love talking to Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of Peter Parker Spider-Man in the Spider-Man games. For more content like that, follow IGN on all social platforms. We got video game previews, celebrity moments, and so much more. So follow us.
Want the ultimate IGN experience? Check out IGN Plus. Members get exclusive deals and giveaways, ad-free browsing, unlimited tracking on IGN Maps, discounts at the IGN store and with IGN partners. And best of all, free games. Get 30 days of IGN Plus for just $1. Head to plus.ign.com. IGN Summer of Gaming is presented by Warhaven, a 16v16 PvP medieval fantasy game. Now charge into epic battles as one of 6 different character classes, work together as a team to dominate the battlefield, and awaken the power of an immortal to turn the tides of war yourself. Now wishlist the game on Steam and play the game for free during Steam Next Fest on June 19th. Well, let's take a look.
That was a look at Warhaven right here on IGN Summer of Gaming, and based on the title, you might have been able to guess that Warhaven was a video game. Our next game, however, sounds like any other number of types of media.
It might sound like the title of an album, an adult film, or maybe a reality show that involves dating and mixology, but I assure you it is, in fact, a video game. Here's a look at Thirsty Suitors! That was great. I had a lot of fun with that one.
If you like gorgeous, unique art styles, turn-based battles, skateboarding, cooking, and romance, look no further than Thirsty Suitors. Joining me today from Outer Loop Games are game director Chandana Ekanayaka and narrative lead Meghna Jayanth to give us more details about their new game. Hi all, welcome to IGN Summer of Gaming.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to be here.
Yeah, I just want to point out we all have beautiful nails.
I mean,
so, yes, I'm so excited. Okay, so this game, obviously when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, it looks gorgeous. So can you give me a little bit of detail on why you chose to go with such a colorful and like bright art style and this unique style that you obviously have showcased in the trailer?
A lot of it is sort of the theme of the game is a celebration of culture, and we were like, the best way to get that across visually is go with a lot of color, and so a lot of our references are South Asian references, and for different kinds of foods and you know, clothing and things like that. And there's always just swaths and swaths of color.
It's like a joyful world to be in, and I think the visual style really kind of reflects that. And it's so, and like the animation as well. You know, I think there's a real kind of like tongue-in-cheek quality to all of it. Like it's silly and over the top.
Yeah.
It's kind of an anime, actually.
It is. That's why. I mean, that's also why while the colors are vivid, but also the animation and the sort of the sets designs are also pretty out there.
Yeah, I actually love that you called it an anime because it does reflect that. Actually, I was like, oh yeah, you're right, it does.
Yeah, I think some of that like tonal stuff, right? Like you can get away with being really over the top, really sincere. Kind of have these like kind of screaming emotional battles, but also these like heartfelt moments in a classic kind of sports anime style.
Yeah, because you're kind of dealing, you're dealing with pretty emotional stakes, right? It's not like saving the world; it's like saving your relationship.
Facing up to your past, making up with your family. And so the three major things that you do in the game are battling, but it's not gory in any sense. You know, and they're kind of non-contact. They're a little bit choreographed battles, and cooking with your parents, like your mother, whose approval you can never get. Not a story that has anything to do with my own life in any fashion. And skateboarding as well. They're really low stakes, but they're really real ones, and they're very relatable ones, you know, like facing up to like the people whose hearts you broke, to your family's expectations, and like your first love, and your sister as well. So she's like a big figure in the game too.
So obviously we talk about, you know, being able to make up with your parents, but is there a sort of path where it's okay to not forgive and not like make amends? Is that something that's in your story?
This is a story of Jala kind of taking responsibility for some of her past mistakes, and certainly getting to call her parents out. But there are, you know, other characters who have different, you know, each one of her suitors also has their own sort of complex relationships with their parents. And I don't think we're out here selling the message of like, of course, you must always, you know, this is a must.
Yeah.
But I think in Jala's case, you know, there's a lot of love there. I mean, I don't want to give away too much, but like the final boss in our game is Jala's maternal grandmother, right? And that's just so much more of a complicated issue. And there's the dynamics between her mother and her grandma. And so there is a sense of reconciliation, but also maybe, you know, I don't know whether grandma really fully changed.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the player can, the player goes through changes through Jala's story, but not all the other characters might not feel exactly the same she does, you know.
Yeah, so it's very much a story about hope that, you know, generational trauma can be stopped and, you know, maybe reconciliated, just because a lot of immigrants don't have that opportunity. So is that something that you wanted to represent with this story?
Completely. You know, I think we also wanted this to be like a really joyful space for, you know, maybe like queer immigrant kids who I think we wanted to both represent the ways in which there is space for like brown queer joy in the world, and loads of people make that happen and that exists, but also a really wonderful like place to be for people who maybe don't have that with their families and aren't reconciled, right? Kind of going back to this idea of like these narratives of pain that I think all of us on the team were just kind of so tired of, like who are they really for?
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to make something for kind of people like us. It was really nice to be able to write like a brown bisexual like woman in a game, you know.
That's messy. And,
it's messy.
And has some
I'm not that messy, but you know, of course, like Jala.
Yeah.
So we've seen that dialogue choices are definitely plentiful in Thirsty Suitors. So do these affect individual battles or the whole story?
Oh, yes. Yeah. There's a lot of like, you know, gentle background stuff. So even like your histories with certain characters can be kind of affected by your choices. But mostly all of the choices build towards these things called personas that we have in the game. So they're kind of 3 general paths that Jala can take, personality styles, which also affect gameplay and your build. And so I think we try as much as we can. Most lines in the battles are inflected by kind of dominant persona or your choices, you know, which is I think really exciting. But there is also a core to who Jala is, right? You're shaping her story, you're shaping her personality and her responses. But ultimately, it is a story of like her reconciliation and coming home and sorting stuff out, you know.
So speaking of shaping Jala's personality, how did you come up with the mood system?
You know, our moods are like status effects, like poison or, you know, frozen or whatever. We just found it more, you know, I think it spells thirst is the thing I really wanted to do. So there's like...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so there's like, you know, thirsty mood and impress mood. So you can try to impress somebody, they'll try to impress you. And there's different status effects that happens when you do that. So if Jala puts someone in a thirsty mood, they tend to hurt themselves when they try to attack because they're like in a thirst mood. So they might randomly attack anyone in the battle, could be you or themselves, and that lasts a number of turns. And then while they're in a thirsty mood, you have a thirsty attack type that does more damage. The different moods also, you know, you can cause someone to go into a mood based on what your dialogue choices, or if their, you know, partner falls in battle, they might rage, and now you have to deal with that, right? And then like every so often, especially on the 6 X's are like they're kind of mini bosses that pace the rest of the game. So there's like figuring out what their main moods are, and that also changes through the course of the battle. So you know, you have to figure out like what's the best approach to that, and comes off based on what you know about them too.
So obviously we're talking about the core gameplay with turn-based battles, skateboarding, and cooking. So how do these all work together? We talked about the mood system, but how do all of these things come together for the gameplay that you've produced?
Cooking came through because, for both of us, it's like a way for us to connect with our parents that we can't normally have these like deeper conversations with. But if we're in the middle of cooking and we're kind of thinking about that, we can have these conversations. That was sort of like the approach for the cooking.
The cooking sections are kind of like fantastical wuxia, martial artsy, you know, like spatulas are weapons kind of.
Is there anything you guys would like to see? I can try and look for some different trailers and some different stuff. If we want to check out some stuff before the stream starts, I may have to hop back off because we were also working on a few video projects we've been trying to get finished lately, but yeah, let's see if we can find something something good here just to hang out with you guys and get ready for this. It's really weird because Capcom, from what I can find, doesn't even have an official live stream themselves. Capcom Showcase. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're the only ones going on. IGN's the only one doing it right now. Yep. All right, Rando, I think you are right. Sure they paid. No, and no, you're good. I figured you guys were talking about the stream. Yeah, wasn't our intention to stream another channel stream. They had trailers going on. We're like, cool. Hey, they're just showing trailers. Yeah, why not show that while we're out for a second? But yeah, I mean, if they're just gonna talk about who knows what. I looked a second ago and it looked like they were talking about Avatar, which isn't even the Capcom stream, which did happen earlier today. Don't know how I feel about that game because I don't know. I just wasn't super into the Avatar movies either. We kind of talked about that during the Ubisoft one earlier today. But well, I guess while I'm here, any predictions today for anything you want to see, or predictions, or just what you're hoping to see from Capcom? Personally, I'd like to see something Resident Evil related. I'd be okay with another remake as long as it's a good one. But so far, they've been doing fairly well with the remakes. Love to see an original Resident Evil game remake, so like the very first one made. I know they kind of already remade it. Probably DLC for Resident Evil 4. That seems very likely. Inferno says Mega Man 12. That would be fun. Inferno, he was streaming some Mega Man 3 the other day, doing awesome. I was impressed because last time I tried to play Mega Man, I was pretty bad at it. Dude, Pragmata, that actually looks pretty sweet. I'm intrigued by that as well, Kenneth. Definitely intrigued by that one. Breath of Fire 2 remake, yeah, that'd be a fun one. For Resident Evil, I'd love to see like I said, original Resident Evil or Code Veronica. Yes, thank you, Rando. Code Veronica remake. I think that or the original one would be my top two things I would like to see. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind an announcement for Resident Evil 9, but they've been really trying to pump out these remakes lately, and if they're gonna do another remake, I definitely think Code Veronica would be a good one. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Most people assume they're just going to go straight to Resident Evil 5. I think, man, Resident Evil 5 is that's where they like really, really changed a lot of the gameplay, which not saying they couldn't still do that well, because I actually feel like they did a good job with the 4 remake, They kind of took it back to that whole more atmospheric, kind of scary vibe that a Resident Evil started with, but still kept the gameplay from 4 the way the original game was, and for the most part. So I thought they did a pretty good job with it. But yeah, 5 and 6, I know they just really went into that action combat, third-person shooter style game pretty heavily. And yeah, I just think I kind of like the originals a little better. Oh, yeah. Resident Evil 0 would be a sweet one, too. Adam mentioned that earlier. Adam Victor upstairs right now. But, yeah, he mentioned that earlier, and I think that'd be a sweet one, too. I kind of forgot about that one for a second there. Yeah. I'd be cool with Resident Evil 0, Code Veronica, or the original one. I would like to see those before a 5 or 6 remake for sure. Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter Alpha 4? Yeah? You're saying like that'd be interesting, Inferno. That could be fun. Maybe I'm just out of the loop here, because if they have already done something like, I know they've done like re-releases of the Street Fighter 2 and Turbo and everything, and like, what if they did that but remake, made the same game, just newer graphics? That could be a fun one. I feel like, man, I remember playing a ton of Street Fighter 2 growing up. I'm actually a little curious what Capcom's gonna do, because I think the last time we streamed a Capcom event, like we were saying, they focused on Monster Hunter for like 30 minutes of it, and then had a really long trailer, like deep dive of the Ace Attorney games. And not that those games weren't good games. It was just they focused a lot on like 2 or 3 games and had nothing new. Like they weren't even anything like announced. We already knew those games were coming. And if I remember right, the Ace Attorney game was like already out. They were just showing stuff for it, I think, trying to just get people to know about it more, I guess. The original remake? Yeah, you're saying like the one for like PS4 and stuff. Yeah, that's still a good version. I agree. It's still a very good version. It definitely captures like the way the original game was, but just looks a little better. I totally agree with that. I'm just curious if like if you know, them doing it now, how well they'd be able to do the original Resident Evil game, but in like a just that newer kind of over the shoulder look. But I mean, maybe that's not what's best, because that game, that's kind of what made it so intriguing, was that kind of terrible controls, and just, I mean, you feel trapped, and when something comes after you, like, you're not confident you can get away from it in time. So they definitely have to keep that, because that's a big part of what I think makes the original one good. I wish Resident Evil would bring back the chimeras, honestly. Okay. You remember the chimeras in Resident Evil?
Wait, what?
The chimeras in Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Yeah? Which one is that from?
Sure. Yeah, the Resident Evil.
Yeah?
Come here. Show you.
The chat seemed like they were done with the IGN nonsense.
What? What were they doing? Just talking about the stream?
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, yeah.
No, were they just talking about the Capcom thing, or what?
No, IGN wasn't even talking about Capcom anymore. They had gone to talking a bunch about Avatar.
Oh.
I know, that's what I was saying. I told you that when we were driving back, that
So they're completely off topic? That's not even them?
Yeah. Just that, I know, it seemed like they were just looping gameplay trailers, which I was like, cool, that'll be cool before the stream officially starts. But then they were not doing that anymore. They were like, oh, okay. Yeah, the half spider people, gotcha.
They're real nice.
Yeah, super nice. Let's see, anything fun we can jump on to talk about here.
Resident Evil 0 remake, Resident Evil remake,
Yep,
Code Veronica.
That's what they've been saying. I don't know if you saw that.
No, they're all being shown today.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just kidding. But if I had to choose one, I'm going Code Veronica. That's what I want.
City denizen that passed me by, or using money to buy a hat that somehow improves my kicking power. Leveling up fighting
really
style is the
hoping
other
that we
major
don't see
customization option and growth path. Your
Real
avatar's
Visions 3,
moveset
I can
is
see
in your
that.
hands. And as you progress through the
Revelations?
story of
Is that what they said?
18 masters of the world, aka the playable roster of Street Fighter characters. After earning their respective mission completion or even a one-on-one fight, your avatar will be enrolled as a student and given access to that character's moveset.
There's another game, I don't know if anybody remembers, it's like a medieval style game
you want your character to
use,
use.
where a guy was
My avatar used DJ's rolling
fighting not a dragon, but kind of, and I don't remember what the name of that game is.
That versatility and ability to create your own
This is
fighter
Street Fighter?
down to the moveset is something new for the franchise and a core part of what makes World War fun.
Once again on
Using
Street
a
Fighter, I know
fight
Street
stick
Fighter
to
6
control
just
the
came out,
avatar
and I'm
in
worried
this
they're going to
mode
just...
is rough.
Thank you, deep...
The
Yeah,
camera
man, deep down. Remember that?
With only one stick. So getting around the city can be cumbersome. The game does offer a solution, though it's not an elegant one.
I hope they don't talk just a lot about Street Fighter 6 when it's already out.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the time you
to
talk
announce something.
announcements.
Because they just came out with Street Fighter 6. Resident Evil 4 remake did really well. Is there anything else Capcom's come out with recently?
It really is.
I don't feel like I know of a big Capcom game coming out soon that I can think of. That's been like at least announced to be out, like has a release date and it's coming out soon. So like, I feel like there's definitely things that they could be talking about, and probably something they have in the works. But I agree. I don't like as cool as Street Fighter 6 is. I don't just want to hear a bunch about it because it's already out. We already have the game. You know.
So, yeah, originally Deep Down, but then they showed another game after the fact that I was like, what is this? Is what's supposed to take, like, took place instead of Deep Down? I'm trying to remember the name, guys. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. Pragmata is one that's coming that they've announced, but...
I had a couple of matches in the North America region that did have some netcode issues, but my online play experience as a whole has been overwhelmingly positive. Fighting games in the
It's like a dude in armor with a sword. This is after Deep Down, by the way. It's fighting what looked like a dragon style thing, and it was outside, not inside. And it was like knocking him up against rocks.
Complete with multiple currencies. Drive tickets are earned in game, and fighter coins can be earned in game or purchased separately. As well as this, there's a
they haven't shown much for Dragon's Dogma 2, have they?
Project Awakening.
What's this? Having more content and being able to play the game in different ways is an exciting prospect. I can't get enough of Street Fighter 6. It's been my last thought when I go to bed and my first thought when I wake up in the morning. It has a beautifully constructed.
Oh, is this from Capcom?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
That's what I meant. I was trying to look to see if it was. No, wait.
At all. There are some small issues with performance in World Tour, but none of those are enough to derail the overall.
Is this what is going on? Can we get rid of this? There's like this little heart symbol at the side of our chat, which is making it really hard to read.
It's always there.
It is.
Yeah.
I've not noticed it until now. Oh, what did I just do? I'm sorry.
I guess is what I'm saying. You should be sorry.
I just clicked off something there.
All because of a heart.
Whoa, YouTube chat. Well, it's Rando, it's like a heart symbol for like on the what's it called the streaming software, not even in YouTube, and it's like right in the way of the chat. I don't think it's necessarily part of YouTube it's like for us on our side. I'm not really quite sure what it's for. When I click on it, it does nothing. No, I know it's there on YouTube. I'm saying, what's the deal with it on Streamlabs?
I know. I think it's just showing the same.
I guess, yeah, emojis probably. It does pop up some options.
You're gonna want those emojis.
I just wish I could move it because it covers part of the chat. So like I have to wait until whenever you talk, it's like or type something, you have to be like not the most recent, but like the third most recent chat before I can like actually see what was said.
Tell us how you really feel, Jordan.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. Oh, come on.
I hope YouTube gets rid of the heart.
Hit credits on Resident Evil 4, and you're all set to put the game down and move on to something else. But wait, there's a small...
What were we trying to do there? He did it again.
New Game Plus is right there.
There's a settings button right here that I thought maybe I could turn off that thing, and it jumped to a new web page, which got in the way of the window capture that we're trying to show right now. What is going on?
So it covers one letter.
Hello, stranger.
It's fun to fill the blanks.
It covers like a full word or two sometimes.
Yes. That's 100% true.
Today we're looking at Resident Evil 4 and why it's a huge mistake to stop after your first playthrough.
Okay.
That's because
new Mortal Kombat 1 looks pretty good. Speaking of which,
I'm talking gameplay.
has nothing to do with that, but I'm talking about Resident Evil here. When they showed Resident Evil 4 VR, it looked pretty fun. I don't have a VR, don't really play it. I think it would make me freakishly sick if I'm being honest here.
Central Time.
That looked awesome. Yep.
No, Maizen, it's starting 5.
Feeve,
yeah, 5 Central.
Feeve? 5.
So, yeah, about 50 minutes from now. We just figured we'd jump on and hang out. Vic going backwards. Did you walk backwards? Oh, okay.
Yep. I know, I heard that too. That'd be awesome. Isn't it true that he's also doing the voice acting in this?
Oh, Jean-Claude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I know, man. That's awesome. Yep.
What challenges should I go for? What weapons should I use? What charms should I accessorize with?
That will be sweet.
What costume should I wear? Cat ears? Not yet.
Is that thing actually available yet? That Victor's?
Now you can always start with
I'm not sure.
phase, but I think it is best to jump right into New Game Plus on a higher difficulty.
Yeah.
Resident Evil games have a history of creative higher difficulties that are
We weren't told not to show it, right?
and the same is true for
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4.
Victor's testing out one of these right now over on the side. It's a Moga controller that's for like mobile gaming. We've reviewed a Moga controller before. But they have a new one that has like a hook thing that clips to your phone, but it also, like this thing hooks on and
We've all seen that.
Yeah, we know, you know. But no, it's kind of cool. It actually will work on PC and Xbox as well. Adam and I...
And mobile.
Yeah, and mobile. And Adam and I are going to try and figure out how to make it work on PlayStation, because that'd be awesome if it works on everything. We have some ideas.
What's interesting.
I'm pretty confident I can make it work on Switch with a few extra devices.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, I mean, we'll go into this in our review, but we actually think we like it better than the OG controller for Xbox. It's not exactly cheap.
No, I know. That's
But
the one
very,
downside.
very,
Is
very good build quality. We'll talk about that in our review,
yeah.
But
yeah, just in case you were wondering what Victor's doing over there, he's playing with that right now.
I have the good old rocket launcher and the 4 remake now.
But yeah, we actually have 2 of those controllers, because the first one had that one of the sticks was a little messed up, and we emailed
Oh,
Power
my volume's low?
Power A. What's going on?
So my
Adam's
volume's
volume is
low.
low. Adam? Well, our volume should be the same. Let
I'll be
me
the
check and see
judge.
if something got changed.
I'll be the judge. Check 1, check 2. Check with a check. I'm talking right now. I'm saying something again. Does this one sound the same?
Maybe Adam was just talking quiet at one point, or backed up a little far or something.
Could be that Jordan's talking louder too. I don't know.
That's possible. We do that a lot.
A lot of possibilities.
We've done it many times on actual recorded videos where we get it, audio levels look good, and we film the video, and then I look back and we were just yelling the whole time. We're 10 times louder.
Do I sound the same? All right, which one's your favorite so far?
Resident Evil?
Yep. Did you say 8?
No, man, 8 was. I actually really liked 8.
I know.
I think 2 remake is.
Okay.
I think, for me personally, I think it's the best Resident Evil I've played so far.
Oh, really? I probably have some in mind, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. That's my favorite as well.
Yep. Resident Evil 2 remake.
I mean, the OG
they just did great.
The original Resident Evil is like my favorite, kind of. But I just meant the remake.
But is it mostly nostalgia?
No, I just meant
just
I'm not
played
going
it
to
when
pick
you were
it
younger?
over the 2 remake though.
Yeah.
No, the 2 remake's too good.
It's sometimes when it comes to questions like that, it's always the debate on whether you're judging something specifically on gameplay and
Favorite is a better question than best.
favorite. Yes, favorite and best are different. Like for instance, Adam and I have had this debate many times. Persona 4 versus Persona 5. I will fully admit that Persona 5 has the better mechanics, the better gameplay, the better graphics, but I like 4 better.
Yeah.
As a game and as a story. That's just personally.
Man, I'm not even sure. It'd be hard to do a top 10 list. I always try to have to debate this. There's a lot of games, you know, like I'd have Metal Gear Solid on there. I would have a Chrono Trigger. I would have Final Fantasy VII. Then I guess also the Final Fantasy VII remake. Final Fantasy 4 and 6 could even be in there. Breath of the Wild, Link to the Past. Oh, man. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1. Those are all honorable mentions. Bloodborne. Oh, that's tough. I'd have to like really look at my games list here. Obviously, Persona 4 Golden's number 1, just to make that clear. So that's on there.
Hey, Rando, it's not just you. We 100% agree with that. 100%. Me and Adam talked about that a few weeks ago on one of our videos, just how a lot of people consider Resident Evil 4 one of the best games of all time and the best Resident Evil game, but personally
Dude, Parasite Eve remake would be awesome.
That would be sweet. That's Konami though, right? That's not Capcom, is it? Wait.
No, we're just saying in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that's Square.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Square Enix, man, yeah. Guys, Silent Hill 2 remake. We're getting a lot of good remakes.
Yeah.
Put that in. Games you want remade.
Is anyone here sick of remakes, or do you not mind as long as they're done well and it was a good game?
Wait, what?
So is anyone sick of remakes, or like personally, I don't care as long as it's done well, and the game was a good game to begin with anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess they could take a terrible game and make it better if they really wanted to.
That was a huge conversation topic we had, where it was like, do you think remaking a game ruins the original? We don't think so.
No.
You still have the original.
Yeah. If you're like really against the remake, then just play the original.
Same. I'm gonna play the Silent Hill remake. Same. Breath of the Fire. That'd be awesome. Chrono Trigger.
Wait, were we all saying same to playing the Silent Hill remake?
Yeah.
I might not be same to that. I don't know. I think I'd have a hard time sticking with something that serious for hours at a time.
Will you play it in the woods alone?
No, not alone. No. Actually, I don't know. I might be more okay alone than I would be knowing you guys were close by, because I feel like you would just mess with me the whole time.
Oh, yeah. What's Konami doing?
Yeah, I don't know what Konami's... They're making slot machines.
Yeah, they are. Some great ones, apparently. And great mobile games. Here we go, VR.
Oh, Resident Evil 4 VR.
Yep. Guys, if anyone saw our quarry videos that we never finished, by the way, but if you ever saw them, we've talked about going in the middle of the woods at nighttime with a VR set, playing a scary game.
Oh, we're going to do VR now?
Solo, by yourself. No one else around. The other members of the CGTV party are far away watching you, and like we have to switch off, but you're solo.
Mm-hmm.
No lights, just dark woods. We should have went harder on the quarry.
Yeah,
we were just a little. We were legit in the middle of the woods at night.
Yeah,
and we were so worried about getting destroyed by bugs.
Yeah, we regret some things with that quarry video, because I think our idea was. Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
We really did. I think we could have gone harder.
Yeah, sorry, you just really distracted me there. No, I think
medium looked good. Is it good?
I think we had an interesting idea for playing the quarry out in the woods. I think we just, like you said, we were concerned about getting eaten by bugs, so we set up a bunch of like those torch things, which I think made it almost too bright. And then we also were starving, so we made a campfire and we're cooking food. And so half the time it's like one of us would be cooking while one of us would be playing. It was like we weren't really like invested in the game as much as we should have been and letting it just be a scary experience.
Right.
We almost said it would have been better if we blindfolded one of us, dropped us off in the middle of the woods with a camera, like a GoPro camera on us and a Steam Deck, and was like, yep, you play it for the next hour and then we'll come get you.
We beat the game like at 7 in the morning. And then a choice I made killed like 3 members, and Jordan was like, "We got to replay it."
Yeah,
even
I was like,
"I'm
not
at 7 in the morning when we were dead
yeah,
tired."
no, I was like, I am not. That is not cool. I'm not happy with that. We played this entire game for like 10 hours, and
That's our ending.
We've kept pretty much every character alive, and then one choice like kills a bunch of people all at once, and I was like, no, we're not letting that. Like, we're close. Like, this was close enough. Like, it was literally like the last choice you can make in the game. And
You
I was
couldn't
like,
even see anymore.
I was like, we're jumping
Sun
back to
was
the
out,
beginning of that
projector
chapter.
could
It was
barely
a
be seen.
short chapter anyway.
Quarry in the Woods
A remake of the Quarry in a Quarry. It's been a year now. Did you know that?
What if we do Until Dawn?
That would be fun. Can we get
It's
a
a better
cabin
game.
up in? Was that in Colorado?
What?
Until Dawn. Was it based in Colorado? I think it was
No.
Colorado Mountains or something. No?
Washington or something?
Maybe. Either way, up in some snowy mountains. Maybe that's going a little too far for just to play a game.
No, dude, you're just going just far enough. It's so true. Nice. Yeah, it looked good. I was actually intrigued when I first saw it. Oh yeah, the dinosaur game.
Hey, I'm hoping the Metal Gear Solid remake will be good from Konami.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's another one where I would have personally preferred the original Metal Gear Solid game over 3 to be remade first, but
Just like I wanted 4 instead of 3 for Persona, but that's just a good sign.
maybe if things do well, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll keep going with it.
Mm-hmm. It'll get you even more excited for when they do it.
Mm-hmm. When they do it.
When they do it.
Yeah.
So the remakes, Chrono Trigger?
Do you almost feel like at this point in time, it's like they're doing so many remakes? Again, not that I'm upset about it, because newer games just aren't selling as well. And they're like, well, guess these remakes will sell well. We know they're popular games. Part of me just wants to be like, okay, well, maybe just start writing, coming up with interesting games again. Oh, dude. Chrono Trigger would just be an incredible remake.
Mm-hmm.
That and Metal Gear Solid 1 would be two of my top picks for remakes for sure.
I'd have to really sit down and think about that one. Then there's sequels I want. Bloodborne 2. I know.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Isn't there like 3 different companies that like went together for Chrono Trigger to be made?
Yep.
I know that's probably the biggest thing stopping it. I would bet they want to. I'm sure
Hey,
there's
Nicholas, what's going on?
I'm sure there's companies like Square Enix that hold parts of the rights to Chrono Trigger that want to do it so bad. There's just way too much involved and too many people to contact with and get the rights for.
That would be awesome. I'm all on board, by the way, for a Dragon Quest style graphics for a remake. Jordan wants more realistic, but
I'd like to see
I'm feeling the Dragon Quest
somewhere
style.
in between like a Final Fantasy VII style and Dragon Quest. Like obviously you need that art style to be what it was, but I like Dragon Quest with some more shadow and like detail oriented areas.
Some more Shell shading. Hold on, did you ever play? Did you only play that on Switch though?
No, I played it on Xbox as well.
All right.
I played a
That's right.
okay amount of it on Switch, and then you were the one who was telling me how good it looked on Xbox, and so I played quite a bit of it there.
Did you tell a difference?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty big. This is based on a true story, right? Back when dinosaurs were around, where we had to get mech suits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You remember that time, right?
I mean, I heard about it, read about it once.
Yeah.
It is good.
The version they had on the PlayStation Vita was pretty good. It had the anime cutscenes in it as well. For Chrono Trigger.
I have the DS version, PSP, PlayStation, and Super Nintendo version.
You have all those versions? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is anybody interested in this?
Is this the Exoprimal thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing we'll see. I'm guessing they'll show something on this today. This is one of their only not out yet. Is this out yet? No.
It's not like the
It's
gameplay
not
doesn't
something I've been keeping tabs on. This is not a
Yeah.
game that was like, gotta get that. But
it's not like the game
gotta
doesn't
get
gameplay
that,
doesn't look
that.
fun. It's just that I just don't know if I don't think I want to take on hordes of raptors with mecha machines.
Yeah.
It's not something. Yeah. Just hordes of them.
Why not just make a Dino Crisis? Why do this?
Well, we could say it about a lot of games that they've shown now with different stuff. Inferno, do you remember the name of that Mega Man ripoff that we saw? Like, it was like a legit ripoff. That's right.
Scarlet Nexus mixed with Dino Crisis. Is there like Scarlet Nexus mechanics in this or something right now? I haven't been paying that close attention to this game.
Why not? I thought you said you were going to get it.
I actually did enjoy Scarlet Nexus. I had fun playing that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do what you want. I think single song is like.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like the gameplay looks bad or anything. It's just that I just not sure if I want to be in a mech suit taking down a bunch of hordes of raptors.
Pre-show starting soon.
That's just me. I get it, like, you know, hey, Gears of War, I enjoyed doing horde mode, taking down different hordes of stuff, but just saying, I'm not sure as was raptors I was looking for. loading, Inferno. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree, Rando.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Capcom Showcase pre-show. I'm Andy, this is Joe from the Capcom USA community team. Before we get to the main show, which I'm really excited about, hopefully you guys are too, we have a pre-show plan for you. Yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff. We're going to be doing an interview with one of our developers over at
Raptors.
and we're going to be talking to one of our voice talents who works on Street Fighter 6.
Guys, what announcement would you have to see that what would be the one that was like, oh yeah, that makes the show for you? Like, what are you guys actually expecting here? I'm not expecting much, if I'm being honest. It's just because most of the time, hopefully Capcom surprises us, but there's a lot of good Capcom games I think that they've been bringing out here the last couple of years, like some really good titles. But yeah, it seems like on these shows, it's more of a, like it'll be like a DLC announcement or showing gameplay. Like, are they just going to show Street Fighter 6 stuff? I don't know. Dude, Dragon's Dogma 2 looks freaking awesome. Yeah. I would be pretty stoked if they announced like a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. That'd be awesome. I'm not expecting it, but that would be awesome. Dude, Dragon's Dogma 2 looks freaking awesome. That's a day one for sure for me. Street Fighter 6 artist. You can draw your favorite Street Fighter 6 people. Why do I feel like we're going to get a lot of Monster Hunter talk and Street Fighter talk? Surprise us, Capcom. You got this. Give us something. Code Veronica remake would be freaking sweet. Inferno, I want that for you. I want Breath of Fire for you. I'd get it too. A new Final Fight. Surprised that they haven't done anything with that for so long. Yeah. Dude, we're getting a lot of good stuff here in the next, like, 6 to 8 months in that time span. A lot of good stuff. Who's drawing this right now? I'm quite impressed. You think that's ever coming back? Hey, Streets of Rage made a comeback. I wouldn't be nearly as excited as that, though, as I would for a 1992 X-Men beat 'em up. Uh-huh. Gaming gone, Dad. Dad, what's going on? I'm impressed, guys. I'm impressed right now. Resident Evil 10. We're skipping 9, going straight for 10. Nah, dude, that's just water now. The ice melted. You don't want water coffee. It's like, when there's just a couple drips of coffee left and that ice melted into it, so now it's just no, that's nasty right there. No. I mean, yeah, there is, but no, that's disgusting. Look at that. Oh, yeah. It's more watery than what is actually appearing on camera right now. And the only reason it probably even looks that dark is because there's some chocolate on the bottom right there. I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, am I right? Just kidding. Pretty much. That's really what that is right there. You're not going to want that. Tad, you missed Jordan really hating this little emoji symbol thing down there. Just really want to get rid of that. It is very strangely placed, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Why is that just not there?
I don't remember seeing it on the last couple streams we've done.
It's new, like new to YouTube.
I know, but I'm saying literally just even today. I don't remember seeing it earlier today
I saw
either.
It today.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe I just was reading all the stuff.
You know what though? Let me
later.
Check this. Let me do this. Yeah, like just checking. That's not ours. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I know.
Yeah, I mean just make sure.
But again, I'm just saying, this is on Streamlabs. This isn't actually like we're not seeing like.
Well, I know. I mean that's new to YouTube though too.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't have. Maybe I clicked something that pulls the heart up on accident or something.
New. There's no heart button you clicked.
No, okay. I just don't feel like I remember seeing because we did the
it was there.
We did the Ubisoft stream earlier today, and I don't remember seeing it there.
It was there.
Okay.
I feel like for some reason that's so new that I haven't recognized it here till pretty much now in the last couple days. Really? Goes away in landscape mode.
Interesting. Well, can't really rotate the computer screen.
I just find that to be a weird placement.
To make it go away.
Why not just put it down there with the bar? At the bottom of the bar.
Why doesn't this show us anything? Oh, wait, hold on. Stream chat. Multi-stream. Is it going to show anything? See, I would really like to...
Someone type in heart in chat real quick.
Or not even heart, or just anything.
What's wrong with heart, Jordan?
Okay. I didn't want them to think you were telling them to click the heart. I was saying like just something that's typed. Yeah, it's not. I think we would have saw something by now. Yeah, that view doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Yeah, see. There's an option for us to see.
Oh yeah, we got a heart.
There's an option for us to see a multi-stream because I guess technically we're on Twitch right now too, even though we haven't used Twitch in so long. I don't think anyone's actually on our Twitch account.
Who's spamming hearts right now?
Is that the point of it?
Yeah.
Why?
Doesn't it make you feel good?
Yeah. It's like.
Oh man. Guys, stop that. Guys. Let's stop messing around right now.
Does it just show up to us, or does other people see the hearts floating around too?
Guys, stop that.
It makes our stream look very Valentine's Day-ish.
Who's doing that? Guys. I can't believe how many hearts there are. I'm in shock.
Okay, Adam.
I'm shocked. I'm in shock with how many hearts there are.
Oh,
right
you
now.
can do other emojis too.
Yeah. Oh, 100% you can do more emojis, Jordan.
Yeah.
100% you can.
100%.
Like, not just 90, but 100. Honestly, I don't even think there's something we should be said about. I feel like we should celebrate it. I feel like it's something we should celebrate.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
I feel like it's something we should celebrate right now. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah. Woo!
Well, I don't know. I don't know why. Why is that so delayed, by the way? Just can't
It almost seems like they're more delayed than the chat is, just because I've responded to people already and got seen a reply really quickly to that response where the heart, yeah, you were hitting that and it took quite a while.
100%. Street Fighter 7.
Already. You enjoying Street Fighter 6? Well, forget that game. We got a new one now.
It's not needed at all. And once again, if it is, what's the point of this then down here? Bottom left.
This
Look,
part?
Yes.
Oh,
well.
I think this just makes them float up around, and this actually puts it as a message that you send.
Though. Why not put that down at the bottom bar?
Matters
why
of the heart take
so
a
much
while.
About these,
That's why it's so delayed.
That's a good point, Ferno. Really does.
Yeah, do you think YouTube actually sees that and it's like, man, people loving this stream, gotta send it out to everyone else?
It's deep.
I don't.
Deep
YouTube just there's no knowing how YouTube works.
All right, Mr. Moose, sounds good, man. The drive home.
I feel like we've tried it all with YouTube.
Hey, at least you got 18 minutes. Please, I just really hope this is not a Street Fighter 6 stream.
Yeah, they have been showing quite a bit of that during this pre-show, haven't they?
No, it just really hope that's not what's happening right now.
Me too.
Listen, okay, the Final Fantasy thing made somewhat sense because it's not out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But when
Street
something's
Fighter's
already out,
yeah,
that just came out, I'm just like, guys.
Yeah, we don't need a stream for something.
We could sell more copies maybe if we show more, guys.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Capcom did that stream a few years ago. That's what we were talking about.
Wasn't that DLC though? It wasn't out
no,
already.
They
wasn't
were showing.
We already saw it.
They were showing tons of stuff on Monster Hunter Stories too.
It just wasn't out yet.
Are you sure? I thought it was.
No, they just showed it. They just already showed gameplay.
Okay.
So I guess I somewhat understand that. Street Fighter DLC, Monster Hunter. There's no way Monster Hunter something isn't shown here.
Oh, they already did. Hold on, they already did a Monster Hunter Sunbreak thing back on Wednesday. We were busy that day. We couldn't stream it.
Yep. So they're gonna show more.
So yeah, showing more.
Yep. Dang it! This is a Sunbreak stream. How do we know how long it is?
No, none of these things have said an actual time. I'm gonna guess around, maybe around an hour. Who knows? Who knows? They could just show
Yeah, but it's like, what DLC? Monster Hunter Rise is already out. I mean, I just feel like that's inevitable, right? Monster Hunter or something. What do you think, Victor? Mega Man 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. More Dragon's Dogma 2 footage. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That would be cool. That was a conversation we had. I was curious if you guys would be excited if it was more the 8-bit style or if you like more of a modern take on the 2D. I think you're spot on, dude. Dragon's Dogma 2 gameplay stuff makes sense. I'm already sold on that. I think it looks awesome, but I do agree on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Let me grab this food too. Yeah.
To be honest, most people probably won't even go to your website, so I wouldn't make that a huge priority. It's not a bad idea to have the name if it's as long as it's not going to be like expensive or anything, you know.
We reported like 50,000 lines. Monster Hunter, we only reported 5,000 lines. So going, making that huge jump in like line count is just, a huge mountain to scale. So I was kind of taken aback. But I kind of settled down and really go with, the first person to go with was Vicious. He's just in terms of as a person, he's just super reliable. He's he has a good attitude about everything. He's very good on the microphone.
Sorry, I was helping Victor with something. I don't know if Adam already mentioned this, but Monster Hunter Rise or Sunbreak is, I think it's supposed to be pretty soon. I know they've announced something for it. And Exoprimal, I think, is coming out very soon. I was just looking some stuff up. There's also Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, Dragon's Dogma, and Resident Evil 4 VR mode. That's things that people already know about, that it's very possible could be talked about. According to GameSpot.com, it says the show is expected to run for around 36 minutes and will contain new information about Capcom's upcoming releases and future titles. So, don't know if that means new game reveals or announcements. So, we'll see. Capcom, man, like I said, it's sad because Capcom does make some games that I really like. I just feel like their streams have not been super amazing. Yep. Well, yeah. A lot of these sites though, like, I don't think these developers really give them much info. It's like we're estimating it could be around 36 minutes. Like it's like the kind of stuff it says, and we're like, okay, so you don't know, you're just making a guess. Although 36 seems a little specific, to be honest. But yeah, I agree. 36 minutes, a lot shorter than I was actually thinking this would be. It doesn't give me much hope that we'll see a lot of new stuff. Yeah, I agree. Rando. Definitely. There's quite a few Capcom games I've like really enjoyed, and more recently too. Like we've talked about already. Like their more recent Resident Evil games have been great. So yeah, like I said, like it's not like I'm not trying to like say anything negative about the company because I like a lot of their games and I'm excited to see what they have. The last few Capcom streams we've tried to be a part of, it seems like they just like to focus on games everyone already knows about. Like we'd love to see some announcements of something new or at least release dates of stuff we know about. It was like just stuff that's like, oh, yep, still working on this. Oh, DLC. Well, DLC actually isn't a bad announcement if it's going to be good. What'd you get? Oh.
Bad choice, actually, all things considered.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. A really good point. Capcom is one of the few game companies, like one of the big game companies, you really can trust. It's not like they do a ton of.
Recently.
Yeah, they've like really stepped.
Here lately.
Yeah, it seems like most of what they do, yeah, recently especially, has been pretty good. 9 minutes, 30 seconds.
I'll be the judge.
Adam will judge it. We'll jump to a bigger view once this starts, where you can see the game announcements.
Guys, make
bigger
sure you
than
get
us.
those hearts in there. It's really important.
Oh, this is like fancy. Where did this come from?
The place we go.
Oh, they'll do delivery?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know.
You. That was quite a bit of that. Okay. Okay.
I know my limits.
Okay
I don't
then.
even need more.
All right then. It is crushed red pepper. That's actually ground red pepper. If you've never put ground red pepper in ramen, you're missing out. It's so good. Did a lot come out that time?
No, I was just trying to say what you said at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, you're really missing out. It's good.
And now we gotta get the. Get the.
Inferno says Mega Man fans would disagree with that. I'm guessing he's talking about how we just said that Capcom's been doing great with games lately. They've been doing great with things that aren't Mega Man.
I would love for us to just sit here and look up some list of like dormant Capcom franchises. That's been a while.
Yeah.
Because I hear it'd be fun to like actually look at lists where they haven't done anything with the game for a long time. Nice. That's how you gotta do it. Then we got some dumps right here, short for dumpling.
What do we got? What do we got here?
There's a lot of good ones.
Nintendo Life actually just posted a poll recently about which dormant Capcom franchise would you like to see return. Actually, no, this wasn't recently. This was a year ago. Never mind. Let's see. What do we got?
Okami, Beautiful Joe.
Bionic Commando, Breath of Fire. We know Inferno wants Breath of Fire. Darkstalkers, Dino Crisis, Final Flight, Lost Planet, Okami, Onimusha, Power Stone. They made Power Stone? That's a fun one. Rival Schools, Star Gladiator, Steel Battalion, Strider, Beautiful Joe. And it says we're something else.
That's what I was going to say. Jordan hasn't played that yet.
What?
I don't even want to mess up. Onimusha. I can never say the game. Onimusha. Games, they're incredible.
Yeah. What kind of games are they? I don't know about that one. That's
it's a very story-driven samurai game.
Okay. Okay.
I'm talking about
I'm into that.
Very high.
I'm in that story-driven and samurai. That's
on PlayStation 2, I believe.
That
was the last
sounds
one they did.
I'm cool with that.
Onimusha 4.
Devil May Cry has not had anything for a while.
5. This was that long ago.
That was a few years ago, wasn't it? They just upped the quality of it for the new generation, but that was a while ago that 5 came out.
Not that long. Not compared to those that we just named off.
Yeah. Mega Man Legends.
The game's so good.
Darkstalkers. Was that a fighter?
You would love the game if you get to play it. Am I correct? Isn't PS2 the last one that came out and the fourth one?
What's this?
Onimusha games. Musha, your tail's on fire.
Breath of Fire.
Dude, another Okami would be awesome. Okami. That kind of sucks. I will say, while I was very happy with the remake, I kind of wish they would have done even more with the remake. I know it wasn't, but it felt more like a remaster to me.
Strider?
Yeah. Go get you some, Brett. I apologize. I'm not here to torture anyone. Oh yeah, there's the spice.
Let's
see the most. I think that'd be the most excited I'd be out of all of them.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Code Veronica would be sweet. Oh, guys, cloud versions are available now.
Awesome. Just what I wanted to do on Switch.
Kent Vara, thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Appreciate what? For all those that can't see.
Oh, subscribed. We gotta... No, I think that shows up for the whole stream, yeah. I'm gonna turn this up just a little. Here, we might want to turn that up on our end too, so that we can actually hear what's happening, because they're gonna start some stuff soon.
Yes, that's correct, Krakus. Yes, if I went to a place that had a robot server. Our new beautiful Joe. I'm upset when they announced that. This place is fire. I had to take Jordan back 3 times to make sure he understood how good it was. Because he was debating it. He just needed the crash round, whatever. What am I trying to say?
Yeah, if you want a spicy version of like ramen, they give you this like hot oil to put in it, and it, in my opinion, didn't add any heat whatsoever. So I kept adding more.
It more oily.
Yeah, I just kept adding more, thinking like, well, no, this still isn't spicy at all. And then like, it just is like you just poured olive oil in your ramen, and now you're not eating ramen, you're just eating really oily noodles.
Legacy collection.
But yeah, then we took some ground red pepper with us one time.
I tried to, remember?
Yeah.
You let me give you one more shot.
Oh, it was so much better once we did that.
Monster on a rise. Yeah, you will, Krakus.
Yeah.
We don't go around cooking pork. And even when we go get barbecue, it's probably one of our last choices.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to ramen,
that's true.
That's what you get.
Now on sale, guys.
In case you didn't know. Street Fighter
40th
2.
anniversary sale. Good time to get some stuff on sale, guys.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm like someone that's bought like every Monster Hunter and like has not really played them. It's like I think the game looks cool and like the idea of it, but yet I've never made time to play them.
Mhm.
Are you in the same boat?
Yep. I own, I don't even remember which one, whatever the most recent.
Rise?
Stories, I think.
Monster Hunter Stories 2?
2, yeah. I don't even know if I've opened it, actually.
What if it did a Street Fighter 2 trailer?
Hello, everyone.
And said has been available
Welcome
for a
to
while.
the Capcom Showcase.
That'd be great.
I said a Street Fighter
Before
2
we get
remake
started,
might be kind of
we'd like to
sweet.
share that June 11th, 2023 marked Capcom's 40th anniversary. A big thanks to everyone for playing our games. It's thanks to our amazing fans that we can celebrate such a milestone. We look forward to creating many more games in the years to come, and we hope that you'll continue to enjoy them.
Thank you, Capcom, for stop making games
Now it's
like
time to show off
Resident
our
Evil
latest
6
titles
so we
at
could
the
enjoy them
Capcom
again.
Showcase.
No offense, Resident Evil 6.
No, that is true.
Stay tuned until the end so you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at this video.
Hey, starting off good. You were very interested in this.
I am very interested in this.
We don't
Path of
actually,
the Goddess.
yeah,
It
we don't
looks-
actually know the name. The title is in like Japanese. It looks like.
It reminds me a lot of a mixture between Okami and Onimishu, or however you say it.
It almost seems like it's like a creepy fantasy samurai slasher game.
Rando, tell me what you think of this.
Like, I don't remember what it was called, but they showed this on the Xbox showcase, and Phil Spencer said a different name. It was something Path of the Goddess, but I can't read what the actual, like, logo says.
Yep.
Like,
Is it not just Path of Goddess?
no, like I said, when they showed it at the Xbox thing, Phil Spencer.
Traditional Japanese aesthetics come to life through the power of RE Engine. Experience a unique
Hold on,
blend
they
of
might say it
strategy
here. He
and
said a different
action in
name.
this epic tale. A beautiful yet unsettling world of mystery awaits in
Kunitsugami.
Path of the Goddess. Coming to Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Windows, PlayStation 5, and
Not for you.
Steam.
I'm hoping they show
Mega
games.
Man
that
X
have
I'm
matches.
intrigued for Adam because I know he
iOS
seems really
and
into that.
Android.
But once again, so many games. Don't know if that one's gonna make my list of gotta play it right now. You know, at least for me.
I'm a sucker for samurai games.
Not that I'm not. That's not to mean it looks bad or anything. Oh, Mega Man X
Oh.
Dive Offline.
The Deep Walk, which holds collected memories of the Mega Man X series, is under attack. Dive into cyberspace using hunter
What if
programs
they did a
to
Mega
recover
Man
data
remaster?
before it's too late.
Or sorry, remake.
Yeah.
Play as Mega Man X and other characters from the Mega Man franchise. including characters that haven't
Right,
been
Rando,
playable
same.
before. Level up your favorite characters
Mega
and
Man
equipment to create
1
a
through
powerful
3
hunter.
remake.
Yeah.
Power up your weapons and more.
Did you
to
see?
customize
I mean,
your
that
character
new
however
that
you
new
want.
Sonic game they showed that looked like the original games, but just really, really clear and awesome. They just should do that, you know, with Mega
Best scene
Man.
from the Matrix. Hilarious.
I wondered if that was what you were referencing.
Including new heroes created for Mega Man X Dive. Complete stages and use element metals to recover memory pieces.
One of Jordan's
Then
of my top 10
analyze
movies.
recovered memories to unlock
Matrix is
characters.
great.
Victor, would you put that in your top 10?
There are more than 900 stages to play. Challenging mechanics and enemies await on classic and new stages.
Specifically Matrix
You're
3,
bound to
right?
clash with familiar bosses from the past. Build the ultimate hunter and
Yeah,
save
I
the
can understand
deep
that.
rock from total
Agreed, Sammy.
destruction.
They sure are liking to throw that word ambitious around a lot lately.
Mega Man X Dive Offline launches in 2023.
Here's a samurai game, but it's more ambitious than normal. Dude, I agree, Rando. That's
Here's
what I'd
the
like to
Capcom
see.
Spotlight Corner.
Capcom Spotlight Corner.
They're too afraid to try that. Try something new.
fighting games
Oh,
is upon
shocker.
It's upon us. Now
It's
available.
already out.
Street Fighter 6 launched
Don't-
on June 2nd.
Yeah,
stay on
don't
this too
spend
long.
don't spend the
Already
rest of the time
received
here.
an
We know about it.
enthusiastic welcome from fighting game fans around the world. Street Fighter 6 includes World Tour, an expansive single-player story mode.
Yep.
Fighting Ground, the core fighting game experience made even more accessible. And Battle Hub,
That would be awesome,
a social
Rando.
space where players from around the world can compete and hang out. These are the game's 3 main modes. In addition, we're planning to release new
They already
fighters and
announced
content,
them.
so you can enjoy the game for a long time to come. Street Fighter 6 is out now for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam. Don't miss it.
Capcom, you better show us some new stuff. Come on now.
We also have an announcement for Capcom Pro Tour 2023. This year's Capcom Pro Tour will feature Street Fighter 6, the newest entry in the series. Players from around the world will compete in regional matches and battle to be this year's champion. To celebrate the launch of Street Fighter 6, this year we have our largest prize pool ever. The total prize pool for Capcom
that's
Pro Tour is over $2
actually a pretty big
million,
deal.
with $1 million
That's a big
going
prize
to first
pool
place.
for Street Fighter.
Capcom Pro Tour 2023
Yeah, $1 million to
will
$2
feature
million.
3 types of tournaments. Online premieres, offline premieres, and World Warrior.
Go get it, Adam.
The winners of each tournament
Right.
will advance to the World Finals at Capcom Cup 10. Stay tuned to see which player will crush the competition and take home this year's championship.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a fighter, you gotta stick to what
Next,
you do
we have
best.
news about Street Fighter
And
League
just
Pro Jam
trying to become
2023.
another fighter isn't a great
In
idea.
Street Fighter League, the world's top players form teams of 4 and compete
I
in
love
official
Tekken.
Capcom Team League matches.
As
We have
well.
the largest
Haven't-
number of teams
ha-
ever.
I mean,
The opening
I haven't
match will
played
be
one
held
in a
July
while,
7th.
but I mean, I'm just saying, like,
And will be
growing up,
streamed live on the Capcom
I had
Fighters
multiple
JP
Tekken games
channel
and
on
played them like
YouTube and
crazy.
Twitch.
Tekken 3
Oh man,
was so good.
I
Don't
played
forget
so
about the
much
Street
Tekken
Fighter
3.
League World Championship 2023. The US and European leagues will determine the teams that will go on to compete in the World Championship.
You guys are wondering if this is spicy. The answer is yes.
Get up close and personal with Resident
already
Evil
seen it.
4 on PlayStation 5. The game's main story will be playable in VR
Once again,
with
hopefully
PlayStation
they get all these
VR
announcements
2.
out of the way though first.
they seem like
Thanks
they're
to
going
the
somewhat
power
quick
of
about it.
PlayStation VR 2, you'll be able to experience an even more
They tricked us
immersive
last time,
version of
though.
the game.
Yeah.
Remember, we're like, all right, yeah, then it just ended.
Take aim as
We're
you
like,
fight
what?
to survive.
That's true.
RE4's
This does look
cutting-edge
fun, though.
knife action is a core part of the game, and the PlayStation VR 2 Sense
They
controller
got arms,
makes
too.
carrying even more
You shot
intuitive.
that knife.
Experience extreme survival horror firsthand.
You gotta imagine that knife would not be holding up that well.
Exclusive to PlayStation VR 2.
Get called Inferno.
Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
Oh, okay. We're gonna see some more of this.
Yeah, showing something new.
Is it a new trailer or is it what we've already seen?
What's happening?
Okay. So clearly there's something special about this girl because that dude's asking for her help.
Up you go. Sorry, kiddo. Still got a ways to go.
Does that mean they're still working on it?
Why did it say 2013 though? So it's still
It said
coming out this year?
2022,
Yeah.
then it said 2023, and then equals question mark. It said very sorry.
All right.
Hey, we'd rather have a good game than something pushed out that sucks. So.
Yeah, you don't want to push out crap unless you have to go to the bathroom really bad.
Trick.
Yeah.
You
Here's
know?
the latest on the game.
Hello everyone, I'm Shu Takumi, the original creator of Ghost Trick. It's almost time for
That's
the
weird
game's
how they got him to
release,
look there.
and I can't wait for you to play it. But first,
Like the
let's
lighting?
get started with this.
Yeah.
He almost looked like a game character for a second. World premiere. Where's the world premiere music? Looks like a spy vs. spy character. Wow. Cool. Some huge onion
Christmas
rings or
tree.
Funyuns.
The demo for Ghost Trick is available now for download. The story stars a lonely spirit named Cecil. In the course of solving his own murder, he will meet and change the lives of all sorts of people in all sorts of situations. Things may seem unrelated at first, but each person plays a vital role in Cecil's story. And together, their stories will lead him to one ultimate
does,
truth.
actually.
So think of the demo as a doorway, inviting you
Don't you
into
have a
a
shirt like
great
that?
big mystery.
No.
It's
No?
been
No.
30 years since we made the original game. And just like Cecil, I met many new people, and there were many miracles that occurred during its development. I have no doubt these experiences
Like that
are
hairdo
what
right there.
shaped Ghost Trick into
Kind of
unforgettable
the guy
game.
from My Hero Academia.
To the team
The
developing
radio
ported this
guy,
game,
or
and to all the
voice. He has
fans
a lot
that
of
have
voice.
shown
is
so
what
much
it is.
love towards it. I'm so
It's like the
grateful
announcer
to all
in
of
the
you.
anime.
I'm thrilled that through this rebirth, Ghost Trick will be available
They have a
to
Christmas
so
tree,
many
Jordan.
more
I saw
people
that, I
around the
know.
world. Now, to wait for its release. And one more thing.
All
I
right.
practiced very, very hard for 2 weeks for this appearance. So, should we meet someday, it will make me very happy if it could speak in Japanese.
Okay. I don't know Japanese. I'm sorry, bud, but if we meet someday, I'll try.
That's fair. That's nice of you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning I cease to exist. Okay, okay.
From the creator of the Ace Attorney series, Shu Takumi, this classic mystery game is being reborn. One night, a man named Cecil loses both his memory and his life. Using the powers of the dead, he tries to solve the mystery of his own death. The only clue he has is a red-headed detective. A night of mystery begins anew. A rookie detective, brimming with a sense of justice. She too is being targeted, and Cecil witnesses her death. Who was I? Why was I killed? Who killed me?
Yeah, you're talking about the girl on
And
the
what does it
ground
mean
with
that I was
her
given these
butt up in
powers
the
of the
air? Is
dead?
that what you're saying is an odd title?
Use the
Like
powers
logo?
of the dead to possess and trick items. The controls are easy.
That's just a
Connect
natural way to
Sissel's
die.
glowing blue soul to the core of objects to possess them. Possess the tire. Possess the bowl. Possess the star ornament. You can then trick the objects you possess. Trick the guitar to play it. What will happen when you trick the cart?
That's interesting.
Trick the door to open it. Possessing and tricking objects will let you access new areas. Sissel can go back 4 minutes before someone's death. What happened before her murder? Those clues are hidden in the past. Follow past events in real time.
It looks like it would be.
The limit, however, is 4 minutes. Help people avoid near-death predicaments and change their fates. Sissel will face death in many forms. Changing their fates will change the story. And that story must be linked in some way to the mystery of Sissel's death. Ghost Trick, launching on June 30th, 2023.
Don't die with
Demo
your butt in
version
the air.
available now. Don't miss the pre-order bonuses.
It's the face down.
See the official website for details.
Edition.
The spice got to me. It's in the nose.
Something
Now
makes
on
me
to the
think
next
it's
game in today's
going
lineup.
a little 13 Sentinel style. Like you're picking characters and backing up just a little bit to play, like keep playing their story to see what actually happened.
Here we go. This is it, guys. Yes. 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 This is what you asked for. Finally, a new
Hey,
Resident Evil.
Objection!
They're pretty good games.
I feel like we just can't get through a Capcom stream without an Ace Attorney something.
Yeah.
Let's be honest though. When you watch this, here's what you think to yourself. This is a not as interesting Danganronpa. That's what you're really thinking to yourself.
I'm sure when Danganronpa came out, people were like, "This is just a very, I don't know what the word would be, just almost more weird version of Ace Attorney." But Danganronpa is so good.
You had to work hard for that.
I couldn't think. I almost said sci-fi, but I'm like, Danganronpa is really not sci-fi though at all. And I was about to say horror, but it's not really horror either. It's just got some scary-ish elements to it, but it's not really like a scary game. Oh, me too, Rando. Danganronpa's, it depends on what day you ask me, but that's in my top 3 favorite games of all time.
Player service
On any day.
That's in my top 10. That's in my top 10.
Yeah.
Battle for justice in the courtroom.
Victor
and
has not
uncover
played
the
it
truth.
yet. And we're debating having him
Now,
stream
the
that as his
fourth,
first
fifth,
streaming
and
game.
sixth mainline Ace
Danganronpa?
Attorney games
Yeah.
are being brought together. To
Love
share the story
Danganronpa.
of
Such a
Apollo
good game.
Justice and his allies
Every
in the
time
dark
it
age
gets
of the
brought up,
law.
I like immediately want to play
on
it again.
Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and
Yep,
Steam.
I agree.
Even the anime is good.
The colorful characters and courtroom drama of each game
No,
have been
not game
relitigated
good,
in
but, you know.
beautiful full HD. Available in 7 languages.
Man, honestly, that's one of the games I would like to see another game of, is another Danganronpa, almost more than anything
also
else.
added voice recordings for the new languages.
Think about if they remade that to where your character
We're sure
actually
there's no objection
moves
to
around.
everything included in this
like
collection.
legit walking
Apollo
like Persona
Justice,
5 or
Ace
something.
Attorney Trilogy is currently in development for release in early 2024.
It's one of those games that's not,
Look
it's
forward
done
to
in
more
such a
information about this
stylistic
collection
way.
in the
It doesn't, it's not like it doesn't work or looks
Yeah.
old now, though.
Next, we have some Capcom news to share.
Play it though. Wait.
I liked Ultra Despair Girls too. I thought it was pretty good.
Capcom's 40th
Man,
anniversary.
It's a good one.
Adam hasn't finished Ultra Despair Girls. The ending on that was just,
Called Capcom
I want to talk to him about it, but it's,
Take a
it
stroll
was
through the museum
very,
to view
very
original
cool.
artwork and other materials from various titles on display. You can even play a few of Capcom's beloved classics for free. Head on over to the castle to cast your vote in the
It
Capcom
is sad. It was a good
Dude,
game.
the game actually plays incredibly well too. Sorry, guys.
Participants will receive a special reward,
That
so
was
don't
heat.
miss out.
It looked like you were doing quite a bit of that there.
Yeah, it's got some heat.
We can't wait for everyone to enjoy these attractions,
Got a little runny nose going on now.
along with the many other fun experiences we prepare.
Rub your nose with spicy stuff after you had spicy stuff. Capcom Town. We always wanted to go there.
Yeah, Capcom Town.
A Capcom ID account is required to play Resident Evil RE-verse, our new upcoming title, Exoprimal, and to use the online features.
Was it a
of Street
PSP?
Fighter
I think it was a Vita title.
What?
The Ultra Despair Girls.
You can also use this account with other Capcom services and campaigns.
Vita, yeah.
Such
But-
as a survey about today's Capcom.
But yeah, that's probably why it didn't do as well, just because
We'll release more titles and services.
not a ton of people had the
Register now for
that
Capcom
system.
ID.
I do. It is on Steam now. I have the Ultra Despair Girls on Steam.
Or what? I mean, unless it was a
Now for the
PSP
latest
title
on
that came to Vita, and I did
Exoprimal
not
ahead of
realize
next
that.
month's launch.
No, because it came out after Danganronpa was
everyone. Yeah.
released on Vita. Danganronpa was released on PSP back like in Japan, and then then the Vita came out. So a few years later, they
But first,
redid
let's check
it
out
on
this video.
Vita.
Hello? Thought I heard activity on this frequency. Hello? My name is Garrett Sides.
There's a lot of dinosaurs. Wait, is this world premiere? It said.
The IP's godfather. He was responsible for the entire
Did it say world premiere? Because we know about Exoprimal.
Is that?
Exosuits were developed right here.
Yeah.
Exosuits. It's
I don't think so, guys.
We need access to the past. All my R&D is just waiting to be picked up back in 2040. Intact and hot off the presses. The access codes to override Leviathan. You can shut it down. The whole thing.
A lot of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim versus Jurassic Park. Without the fun music.
At least we know why dinosaurs bleed black. Lozol. Unrefined Lozol in the blood. A neosaur. I mean, look at this. It's a walking glob of stuff.
How should you know? Is anyone getting this? No judgment, just curious.
Yeah, we all like different games.
Yep.
I
And
probably-
once again, as I've already said, this it's not like this looks bad.
We'll find a way out of here.
I can understand why somebody would get this.
All Anchor project files have
I'm
serial
personally not getting this.
Look for anything starting with 181. That's the project code for Leviathan's.
Whoa, I'm gonna drink that nasty water coffee.
Oh, gentlemen, I didn't get your name.
There you go.
Golos, the Hammerheads. Well done. You fought desperate.
Hey, maybe it'll be on Game Pass.
The perfect exosuit development
free
project
technically.
is
Yeah, no, you're right. That's true.
Activating massacre module, summoning Neo T-Rex swarm.
It's not a soft pass.
It's a medium pass.
Is yours a medium pass?
No, a hard pass for
It
me.
is a hard.
Again, like I've said on a few other games, it's just I feel like I need to start being more picky on games.
Yep.
I bought so many games over the past couple years and not played nearly enough of them.
Presenting my most exciting combat project, the Savage
Medium
Strike.
pass, yeah.
I'd probably
Once
save
again-
some. There's like a 2% chance that will probably happen.
What did you think? That was a lot of new info. Before we dive in, I'd like to give a huge thanks to all the players.
I mean,
who
it's true.
participated in the
I do
open
agree.
beta test back in March. We were extremely pleased to have so many participants. Plus, you gave us a lot of invaluable feedback.
But then we've got, I know this isn't like super recent, but then we've got things like we were just mentioning, Rando, like Danganronpa. And I want to, Adam,
you want to replay it.
yeah, it's like not a ton of people knew about it, and not a ton of people have played it, but it's so good. And I've played that game, I think, 2 or 3 times now since it came out, and would love to play it again. I played all the sequels and extra games to it as well.
Never-ending series of war games. The story unfolds as you play through Dino Survival, the game's main mode.
Gathering intel to update the analysis map unravels the mysteries surrounding parallel worlds and the AI entity known as
yeah, Green Sammy. That is a good point. Pre-ordering is just beta testing now. It's basically saying, hey, I'll play the unfinished version of the game. And
mode will also change as the story progresses. You'll unlock new missions with a variety of objectives.
Hey, at least Square Enix doing something right. You know, Square Enix has said they will not have a day one patch for Final Fantasy 16. Said that game will be released finished, and I appreciate that. It shows that they care, you know?
And modify active skills. These modules
Dude, there's people out there that literally will buy one game a year and just play that game.
You can also personalize your
over and
with
over
a
and
variety
over.
of cosmetics, such as exosuit skins, weapon skins,
I don't know that
decals,
life.
and emotes. The
I'm
game
the person
also
that buys,
features a special
wants to play
5-player mission that
apparently
changes
thousands of games, and I just don't have the time to do it.
The world for the
Rando's
fastest
saying,
completion times,
which
or by earning
I do
awards
agree.
through
Like,
achievements,
it's the
most
Call of
damage
Duty
block with the
players
tank
and
suit in battle.
those big first-person shooters that sell ridiculous
There are many ways
amounts,
to enjoy the game,
which
even after completing the main
that
story.
they like to keep making more stuff for. Which I get it. Like,
We took your
the
feedback
companies
into
want to make
consideration
money,
as
but
In the full version of Exoprimal,
like
we
I'll
plan
play
to
Call of
implement a
Duty
mode where
with
victory
Adam
is
sometimes, but
determined by
I think
completing
both of us would
missions
agree
as
it's
quickly as possible,
not anywhere
instead of
close to
direct
our favorite
combat with
game.
other
Or
players. It's on.
yeah. And I also feel
Who is
like
that
it's just
new
the same
face
game
at the
over and over and over. They release a new
Meet
Call of
Dr.
Duty, and it's just basically, oh, here's the game you've been
developer of
playing
the
forever.
exosuits,
Pay $70 for a few
and
new
the head
maps.
of Anchor Division,
You know?
IBS's elite research group based on Bikitoa Island. The Stratovator, a space elevator that extends from the Anchor Division research
Yeah, I'm
facility
real
into
excited for
orbit,
Final Fantasy
will
16.
also be a
Looks
playable
great.
map.
What about this though?
Incredible battles will unfold while exofighters and dinosaurs clash atop this massive space elevator.
Say you had
Players will
you
even
beat every
encounter
game you own,
dangerous
okay?
mutations of dinosaurs
Nothing's
known
coming
as
out
neosaurs.
for a
The
while.
most deadly among
Someone
them
tells
being
you,
the Neo-T-Rex.
man, this game's
You'll need
really
to work
fun.
together with your team
You
to
should
stand
play
a
it with
chance
me.
at taking them down. Oh,
And I
no.
beat every other game
Is
I've
that a
owned.
swarm of
Nothing.
Neo-T-Rexes?
Okay, sure, yeah, I'll play
Because
it
you know
then.
how like a game will look so bad it doesn't even matter.
This is some pretty serious situations.
It
that
is.
Like,
It is. That's my point. I'm just trying to get at if you think it looks bad or
While it
not.
may look
Because
similar
you know
to
how like
Deadeye,
someone may
this
tell you
exosuit
like
is a
you'll
variant
this
called
game's really
Deadeye
fun. You'd be like,
Alpha
it doesn't
Burst
matter what you tell me. I will
Mhm.
not like
Unlike
that
the
game.
default Deadeye,
You know what I mean?
that's fair. There
Yeah.
have many games like that.
Yes.
Burst fire
That's kind of what
will
I'm
be
getting
used
at
as a
here.
shotgun,
What if someone told
allowing
you this was fun?
exofighters
You'd be
to
like,
change their
I'll
style
play it
of
with
play.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
Variants, including Deadeye Alpha, will be added in a title update following
It doesn't
the
look
full
like a
version's
boring game
Yeah.
necessarily.
At the end
Oh.
of the video, we revealed
Stream stop?
Savage Gauntlet, a mode that lets you take on special
Oh,
5-player
weird.
missions that
Yeah, 'cause
change
he
Stream
said
stop?
crash.
In this
Stream
mode,
stops for a
players
minute?
can enjoy a change of pace from Dino
Interesting.
Survival by competing against exofighters from all over the world for the fastest completion.
Check that out. Are we getting any?
More info about
You know,
exosuit
this used to
variants
show
and
us
Savage
Yep, it
Gauntlet
crashed,
will be
dude.
revealed at the
Open
Xbox
performance.
Games
We're not live at all.
Nope.
Be
Stream
sure to
has
tune in.
That's annoying.
And last but not
disconnected,
least,
attempting to reconnect.
we're excited to
Saying
announce
our
that we'll
stream
be
quality
holding a
is good.
second
Oh, it's back. They're
open
saying it's
beta
back up.
test.
It's back up.
This time,
Thank
we're
you.
including additional story-related missions. 10-player co-op missions.
All right.
Alrighty.
And
Well,
other adjustments based
Thank
on
you for
everyone's
sticking
feedback.
around. Actually, kind of glad we didn't stop it then.
Check out the
That it just
official
went back
website
to the
for
same
dates
spot.
and times.
It's weird. I don't know what happened.
Just lost half our viewers, but alrighty.
Try out
Yeah.
this new content.
Well,
Players will also receive a new reward for participating.
Just got
Don't miss
something
out.
from YouTube during the crash
We'll continue
too.
to make adjustments to Exoprimal, leading up to the game's launch on July 14th.
oh, this is just saying.
Uh,
That's from the Ubisoft one. That happened.
Yeah.
Thank you again
It
for
gave
all
us
the
a.
feedback.
It's not like a strike, like saying like we're in trouble. Just
We
saying
look
like,
forward
hey,
to
we
seeing
saw
you
that
in the
this
second
was.
open beta test.
You were live streaming another company's
all we have for
games,
you
and they
today.
said like.
They said
See
you lost
They
your
might.
channel. It
They,
says it right here.
yeah,
going to
you
be
lost your
a
channel.
ton of fun.
No, and then they went back on it. Was like, oh, never mind. You're cool. Do
All right,
it.
here
Do
we
it
go.
if you want.
Here we go.
Next up is the last title
Yeah,
we'll be showing
I
off
thought that was a
today.
good call because I figured we'd see more of this. This is a definite buy for me. I think this looks incredible personally. You know, I'm like, hey, level up your character. Game looks incredible. Different classes.
Hi
Run
everyone.
around.
My
Sold.
name is Hideaki Itsuno, and I'm the director of Dragon's
I
Dogma
think this
2.
looks so good.
It's been over a year since we celebrated 10 years of Dragon's Dogma, and I can finally give you some more information about the new game. First, let's take a look at the trailer we revealed the other day.
Who's getting this?
Oh, Rando, that'd be sick.
I don't even need it to be, but that would be cool.
You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames?
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course. That begs the question.
Play it more. It's like Yennefer.
It did. I was just thinking that.
Where might our true Arisen? Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont!
That's awesome.
Was anyone thinking the New Line
Look at Griff.
Cinema thing in their head when they heard that high-pitched violin? No, just me?
I missed it. Pretty much just him is what you said?
That is most unfortunate, but it doth not release thee from thy fate.
It's like I'm playing like a Witcher style game.
It did look very Witcher-ish.
But graphics look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
Sold
the
is what I
action
think.
RPG game Dragon's Dogma was released in 2012. Now, a decade later, I'm proud to share a look at the highly anticipated
straight out
sequel,
Dark Souls right there in
Dragon's
the middle
Dogma
character.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Today I want
Yeah,
to
it was
talk
almost like
about
a
two
Dark Souls
characteristics that
Witcher.
Dragon's
Yeah.
Dogma 2
Yeah.
will inherit
Right up
from
my
its
alley.
predecessor.
Yeah, that is definitely your
Dragon's
kind of
Dogma
game.
2 will be a single-player game, but with pawns at your side, it will feel like co-op. And second,
otherwise,
gameplay will
probably
feature
not gonna be
action
co-op.
role-playing mechanics set in an open-world environment. In the Dragon's Dogma series, you embark on your adventures with pawns, otherworldly beings controlled by AI. Alongside the player-controlled
Oh,
Arisen,
AI, like in the
you can embark
game.
on your journey with a
I
main
thought they were
pawn
saying,
that can
like-
be customized to your liking, as well
like-
as up to 2 additional
almost like it's
support
like
pawns you
sci-fi
can borrow
based
from
too. I
other
was like, what?
players. To form a party of up to 4 characters. Pawns are controlled by the AI and are now capable of even more precise decisions than in the previous title, helping you in the midst of battle.
Or if you can control them at all.
They can also help guide you to new locations.
I bet you
Or
can
give
put.
you a
I bet you can at least
high-five
give them
following a
like
successful battle. It really
roles, as
feels
in
like
like
playing in a party
only
with
attack.
other players. Dragon's
You
Dogma
know,
2
watch
is
health,
built
like
with the
stuff like
RE
that. You know.
engine, resulting in a dense world woven with high graphical fidelity. You'll enjoy a world
awesome.
roughly 4 times the size
This
of the
actually
original
does look
Dragon's
pretty
Dogma,
cool.
I know.
with more to experience than
This was not
ever
one I
before.
knew much about.
The
I've never
characters
played the
and
first game.
monsters that populate the
Or
world
this.
are given life thanks to the power of AI.
I do think that's kind of
Players
cool
will
that
feel
those
like they've been
pawns can
reborn
kind
in
of
this
wave
vibrant
you which
fantasy
direction
world.
to go. And
You can look forward to a variety of vocations to choose from. Your vocation will shape your Arisen's role
Claymore
throughout the
was
adventure.
awesome.
Will you
I
take on
love the
enemies
whole
with swords,
summoning of freaking
magic?
what do you
all
call
up
it?
to you.
Comet.
We'll have much more
Wait,
to
what's
share
this?
in the future.
Just when that came out
But
of the
for now,
sky. It reminds me of Final
I wanna
Fantasy
go over
IV
a few
Medio.
sections from the trailer that show what we've improved for Dragon's Dogma 2.
It does, yeah. The
This
game
is
looks
designed
great.
to enable players to take on situations in their own way. In addition to AI, advanced technology like immersive physics brings pawns,
Dude, that's
monsters,
gotta hurt
and
right there.
NPCs to life. What would happen if you destroyed that bridge, or if you pulled that monster's leg?
He did not watch the
What
anime.
other
I've
exciting
also not watched the
possibilities can
anime.
you think of? Meet 2 characters pivotal to the story that also appear in the game's key arc.
I'm embarrassed I didn't even know it was
Ulrika,
based on
a
an
bow
anime
wielder
cracked
with a
until you
deep
said that
connection to the Arisen,
the other day.
and Nadinia, a high priestess of the Beast Ring, which appear in the series for the first time. What destiny awaits? How will they affect your fate? The intricate relationships and situations you will
It
encounter
really
in
does.
the game are sure to keep you on your toes. During your adventure, you will come across familiar monsters from the previous game, as well as new monsters such as Medusa.
You can look forward to
like
new
I said,
player
it's kind of almost like
vocations
a
and many new
Final
experiences
Fantasy
unique to
slash
Dragon's
Witcher
Dogma 2.
slash, you know?
Please
Dark
stay tuned
Souls
for more
slash
information.
Diablo?
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, I know. That'd be really cool. Combat looks really fun. And the game also looks beautiful. But also remember, this is like on a stream, so it's going to look even better than that.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can play it on the Ally.
And
when
now,
do you get it?
a quick look
Tomorrow.
at the Capcom 40th anniversary
Tomorrow.
sale. Kicking things
Asus
off, we have
ROG
well-known titles
Ally coming
such as
tomorrow.
Dragon's Dogma and the Ace Attorney series.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm going
miss
to try
this
and make a video on that
opportunity
as
to
soon
pick
as
up a few
possible.
of Capcom's most influential hits at some great prices.
No, it's in her car.
To celebrate,
Sorry, I
we're
don't know why I
also
talked to the
offering
mic
a
when I said that.
limited-time bundle of some of Capcom's major titles on Steam. That wraps up today's Capcom showcase.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Nothing
Nothing
too.
new.
Yeah, was there
anything new?
Was there anything new?
No, they always just
No?
show.
Did we write anything down? I don't know if I.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
I didn't write
Somebody needs
anything
to have
down.
a long talk with Capcom about what to do with these showcases. This is when you make the announcements, Capcom.
Yeah.
At least you got that.
Hey everyone, welcome
Button
to
the
the
Air
Capcom
Detective.
Showcase
What is
post
the name?
show.
The
I'm
Ghost.
Andy. I'm on the community
The
team.
first
have
time I
a
think I saw
post
that.
show.
With me today,
Post
we
show,
have
and I doubt they're
Joe,
announcing
also
anything.
from the community team, and we have Nico. Nico, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey there, I'm Nico D. I'm a Capcom creator, as well as a creator of
We'll keep
Prove it.
We'll keep it down there low. Low. Hold on.
Yeah, so we just got done with the Capcom Showcase. What was everyone's favorite
I just don't understand, man, why they don't do
Mine has to be Exoprimal.
actual announcements.
Changing the rigs. I love just seeing which rig goes into like which situation and everything.
Oh, did you want that turned down?
It does seem.
How about you, Joe? Yeah, it's shaping up well.
That seems really low, right? They're.
Did we want to hear that?
Oh, I didn't.
They're
know.
just. It's the post show. They're just. They're asking each other what their favorite part of the. It's people from Capcom talking about what their favorite part of the show was. I mean, we can.
Ghost Trick.
Yeah, that was.
I'm just kidding. There's nothing.
That Dragon's Dogma looked pretty fun though. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but we already
it's
saw
all
that.
stuff we knew was
Yeah.
happening. I think it seems like Capcom's plan is let's announce the games at other showcases and then we'll use ours just to talk more about them. Because Dragon's Dogma was announced at Summer Games Fest, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just feel like this is a bad strategy because now,
Yeah.
slowly,
It makes people not really care to
I
watch
know,
your
like
stream as
show
much.
us an announcement.
Yeah.
Of something. That's what I mean. You just can't expect to be surprised at these things anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, it would have been great even if it was like Resident Evil. Like even if they showed just
I
like
realized what you're talking about the interview. What did he say was his favorite part?
I don't remember what he said.
I didn't catch it.
Hopefully I can still remember how to do this. So let's get into it. All right, let's check it out.
Oh, so they are gonna. Oh, Ghost Trick. Yeah, it was Ghost Trick.
You mean that's your favorite part because that's the only thing that you announced?
Unfortunately, it's not moving at all. Very tragic. We've got a strange person.
Or this is what they have ready to show more of. So like, hey, afterwards, let's just show more gameplay.
The one before this, if you do play the demo, Chapter 1 stars Lynn, and you're trying to save her, and now
Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to say. They could have at least just shown us like, they're working on something in the Resident Evil universe, something. Whether
Yeah,
it's
like it's
9
years away.
or another remake. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've done something like that, where
I
it's
know,
just
but would
like
you want them to say it now
just
if
a
they didn't
logo
say,
screen,
"Don't
and
have
it's
anything
like,
to show next year."
We're playing as Sissel.
I don't know.
By this point, he's already got
Oh.
at least a decent grasp of his Ghost Trick abilities.
I know. I agree.
I was just saying, yeah, even if it is a couple years away, it's not like it's the first time a game has done that, where it's like Final Fantasy VII Remake coming soon, and then it's 5 years later before we actually get the game.
Have you seen the trailer for that movie Rando's talking about?
He's not quite sure.
Oh, Death Island?
Uh-huh.
I've seen a couple things on it, or like
They
whatever.
have to go. They figure out that this thing kind of started off at Alcatraz, and then the main characters all end up there. Chris, Jill.
This is the one that's like
Claire,
animated, but like in a way that looks
Yeah.
very realistic, like
Yep.
the games. Yeah.
Leon. So they're all go there, and then they find out it's kind of a trap from Wesker.
Mm.
So
Okay.
looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
I have not seen the. Is it on Netflix? What's the one that has the?
Yeah, the one's supposed to be really good.
The animated
yeah, Why have we
series.
not seen that yet?
Yeah, I haven't watched that game
haven't
that
either.
yet.
This little dude, this little guy. I gave him this. Forgive me for this, but
Inferno, you're not alone. There's not.
Sometimes that's great when that happens, so you can just take a break and play some game. Like, we still gotta get through Zelda.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most of the games.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
Most of the modern games coming out now that I am excited about are still based on older games, like Resident Evil 7 Remake or Rebirth, I guess.
Starfield.
Not right. Why do I? Man, I have an issue with this. I don't know why. Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
I screwed up every time.
And Final Fantasy 16. You know, I mean, but those are older franchises still.
Oh, did they? That's sad.
Clearly, the team is partial to the name. But yes, this little dog.
I'm excited for Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Yeah, so we're gonna let this scenario play.
Yeah, I know the Resident Evil
Persona
with
3
like
remake,
with like the
Metaphor.
live action. The Resident Evil with like the live action one was not well received.
The one I was thinking of on Netflix though was a CGI one.
What led to what happened, and then from there, try to undo the events.
Well, Resident Evil or Netflix has one that's like a live action with real people. Then they have a
Oh,
CGI
that's not the
one
one we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're
the
talking
one
about-
with
there was a CGI one on Netflix that Jordan and I wanted to watch.
And he definitely loves his owner, Misty
No,
Miller.
they didn't show any Devil May Cry. I thought there was a chance of that. I like it. Yeah. Sea of Stars, I have that pre-ordered. I backed it.
Cause you're a sea full of stars.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's sad.
It is.
It's kind of sad.
Thanks for saving us some time. man.
Resident Evil just has. It's weird. They're great games. They've really struggled with their movies.
Okay, yeah,
the
let's get
very
into that,
first
because-
Resident Evil movie I thought was good. There were moments of good stuff in the ones after with Alice and all that, but
You didn't
they
see
weren't.
the last one,
I
did
didn't
you?
see the most recent.
Okay,
I don't
so
think. Was there one? How many is there? 5?
no, I
there
think
4?
there's 6.
Oh, I definitely didn't see the last one.
But
I
I'm talking
remember
about the
we
last
went to
one
theaters
that was
to
a remake, like a new, whole new thing.
Oh, no, I did not see that one.
Okay, so while the movie was not great as a whole, they had some scenes from the game that were incredible.
Yeah.
Like they do have this scene where they first walk into the mansion, and that part looks awesome. They'll have like little things like that. I just wish they would have done more.
Wasn't
with
it kind of 1 and 2 together?
Yeah. I just wish
But
they
you
would have
just
done
wish they
more
would have
with it.
focused on one game per movie.
They needed like more explore around the mansion more and have like more scenes from the game.
Yeah.
Oh, Mizen, see you later, man. Sorry, I missed that. Appreciate you as always, dude. Inferno, what's the one that looks really cool coming out? Made by the I don't even know how to say the name of it, even though I have it. The Shukuden. How do you ever say it? Those creators are making a new game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that looks awesome? Or is that the Chrono Trigger people?
What are you talking about?
There's a game that's been kickstarted a long time ago. You've seen the gameplay. It's almost like a... it looks retro, but not. Like, the gameplay is almost like you're fighting like this inwards. You have different characters all over. Oh, gosh. This is going to drive me nuts. No, not Hunt the Night.
Were you saying this was from the people who did, like, Dragon Quest and
No.
Is that what you? Oh, I thought.
He's still so.
For some
just
reason,
have to
I
look
thought
up my
you said something about
Kickstarter.
that.
He can't help but welcome.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Uden Chronicles.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he said
There
it
it
right
is.
there.
Yep.
Inferno got it. Yes.
That looks awesome.
Looks awesome. That does look awesome.
I feel confident that's not gonna fail us.
They have a, I think it's a prequel to the game already, which is very weird.
Yeah.
They announced the Uden Chronicles, and then they came out with a Suikoden, right?
Suikoden?
Okay.
Is that how you say it?
Okay. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, Uden Chronicles, I thought that looked awesome. I have not played there's something, I know it's on Steam, that they have a Uden Chronicles, or Uden, whatever, Uden Rising or something like that.
Ooh, that sucks.
Oh, okay, so the
That's not
prequel
good.
wasn't that
That's
good.
not good.
Gotcha. Well, the trailer for the actual game looked pretty sweet. Like I said, I have not
If
played
the game
that
sucks,
prequel
Jordan
thing.
can just play Final Fantasy IV and entertain us. Start it now, Jordan.
Yeah, right this second?
Right now.
We're early on, so a lot of what we're going to be doing here is pretty, I think, self-explanatory. But
I'm trying to think of any other indie RPGs coming out that could be good.
Sea of Stars and that. And the only ones that
Are we
I'm-
considering the new Metaphor game an indie game, or does it not fall under that since Atlas is technically the overseer? I don't think that studio.
They did say they did another. Sorry, not to cut you off. I just wanted to point out to you they did another thing on their own channel saying it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know.
And they mentioned doing a fantasy RPG. I don't even know if you remember that announcement. Had a girl with red hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We need to get the timing right on this then, right?
I mean, that looks sweet.
Wait for the right moment here. You can also look around the environment.
It's Christmas time.
All this is going to be coming into play a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna end there because we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, Capcom, thanks as always for not showing us much new. A little bit of sarcasm there, but hey, there's a lot of games we got coming out here in the next 6 to 8 months. Like I said, I can name off a lot that I'm excited about. The new Star Wars looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
We have Starfield. We got Persona 3 Remake.
Mhm.
We have
Metaphor game.
Metaphor's not that far away either. Final Fantasy Rebirth.
I don't remember if it set a date for that one.
I'm definitely missing more. Awake 2 that we're going to get for Halloween.
Yeah. We'll probably stream that one around Halloween
yeah.
time just for fun.
What was the other one that they just showed for October? Too many games.
I don't know if it had a release date, but Still Wakes the Deep
Oh, yeah.
was
That looks cool.
Like a Dragon 2, Sand in Your Crack. For anyone who missed that, we had quite the
a
the
great
discussion on the
trailer.
Like a Dragon 2 trailer, because we were like, how long does it take you to realize you're naked on a beach?
Yeah, you can see a new 3DS game.
Or some other good ones. There was a Ebenezer Scrooge game coming out, which was
That's
definitely
right. Ebenezer Metrovania?
yeah. Warhaven. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Undead Inc. That one.
Oh,
looked
yeah.
Kinda,
That looked interesting.
I'm curious what that'll be. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of good stuff,
Mirage is what I'm
that's
thinking
been
of around
announced.
that time.
Like I said, I think
April,
today.
Man, I hope not. That's not what I would consider early 2024.
Yeah, I would not put that in the early. Ooh, Lies of P. Yeah, that looks
Liza
good.
P does look cool. Every time I say it, it sounds like Eliza.
Liza P.
Eliza P.
Yeah. Yeah, that one looks awesome. I mean, there's interesting stuff coming out for sure.
There's a lot.
We'll probably do something, maybe sometime a little later this week. Just a recap of maybe like the 5 games we're most interested in, if anyone cares.
Yep.
You know, just put that out there and do a little discussion on that. But
Take it or leave it. But take it. All right, guys. Well, no, we appreciate you watching.
oh yeah, there is there is a Liza P.
Liza P.
Demo out now.
Yeah, nice.
Might have to check that
Hey,
out.
go check that out and check out the Final Fantasy 16 demo, which we're gonna hopefully
yeah, I
try
might
to do
play
today.
that tonight.
But No, guys, we appreciate you as always. Oh, and